wonderful time of the year.
Orlando's Christmas Station.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Main office, Orlando.
Florida drivers, the holiday season is upon us. When celebrating, always plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Besides, a DUI could cost you $10,000. Not exactly the best gift you could give yourself. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
I'm Mo DeWitt, your local Orlando injury attorney. I'm here to talk when you need me, ready to listen. You deserve someone who's available, responsive, and truly invested in your case. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. I'm just one call away at 1-800-CALL-MO.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/radio for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. The holidays are coming up and people are going to be coming over, right? And I don't just let anybody into my home. I only trust Zero Res. They've cleaned my carpets. They even clean my mom's carpets. And I don't just let anybody go see Mama Rollins unless they're the real deal, and they are the real deal. This month, Zero Res is offering $49 per room carpet cleaning, 25% off tile and grout cleaning, no harsh chemicals, and no residue, which is awesome. Everything stays cleaner longer. Spots are filling up, so schedule now. Give them a call, 407-232-9188, or visit ZeroResOrlando.com. That's Zero Res, spelled forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
My uncontrollable movements, called TD, tardive dyskinesia, felt embarrassing. I felt like disconnecting. I asked my doctor about treating my TD and learned about Ingrezza, valbenazine capsules, a prescription medicine clinically proven for reducing TD in adults. That's always one capsule, once daily, and #1 prescribed. People taking Ingrezza can stay on most mental health meds.
Ingrezza can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden behavior or mood changes, or suicidal thoughts. Don't take Ingrezza if allergic. Serious side effects may include allergic reactions like sudden, potentially fatal swelling and hives, sleepiness, the most common side effect, and heart rhythm problems. Know how Ingrezza affects you before operating a car or dangerous machinery. Report fever, stiff muscles, or problems thinking, as these might be life-threatening. Shaking, stiffness, drooling, and trouble with moving or balance may occur.
Take control by asking your doctor about Ingrezza.
Learn more at Ingrezza.com. That's INGREZZA.com.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Coming soon.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Tuesday, December 16th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from the Obama murder close call to Erika Kirk breaks silence on her Candace Owens meeting. And there are still no arrests after the Brown University attack. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right to the studio in real time. And it is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. Hit that bell, baby.
Last Share
Our
the Show.
final Share the Show Tuesday of 2025.
Ow.
Yes, it's true. This means you have one last time to spread the word. Maybe it's your present to us here on the show. Tell somebody about the News Junkie Radio Show. Follow us over on all of our social media platforms at thenewsjunkie.com/share, or just spread the word with a link. One link is all it takes to save the show for another month. It's so easy.
Save the show.
All you need to do is spread the word on a Share the Show Tuesday.
Save the Show Tuesday sounds a lot more bleak.
I like that. We'll get a little reaction.
It's a call to action. Thank you.
Like, just one link could keep us around for one more month. No.
Like
Otherwise,
10 cents could feed a starving African child.
Or we die. So that's on your conscience, listeners.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want us all to die, then don't do anything. But if so, share the show and a Share the Show Tuesday. How's everybody doing on a Tuesday?
Good.
Pretty good. How the heck are you?
Good. Lots happening around here. A lot to get to before we wrap everything up for the year on our final Tuesday here. Let's start off as we always do. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to a football fan's house. It's just an interesting reason why we're at the home of this football fan. I guess he's such a big fan of football, and his team in particular, that after his team lost this past weekend, he posted on his Facebook page, "Probably going to kill myself. I'll let you know."
Okay.
And he was posting this, I guess, just in a fit of rage and just as some sort of joke to his friends. But one of his friends called the police because they thought he was really going to off himself. And this is the police officer at the front door doing a wellness check on the football fan. Let's listen in.
Yep. Hey, man. How's it going? Are you Jake?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, so someone called in reference to your Facebook post.
The Eagles lost, man.
I know. So
I'm fine. The Eagles lost and the dogs are barking.
I got you.
Say less. So why don't you put that as your Facebook post, bud?
He said, "Look, bud, the Eagles lost. The dogs are barking."
All right, hold on. I'm looking very closely. It looks as though somebody reacted with a laugh, ha-ha reaction
that's
to
correct.
his post.
Yeah, so at least one friend thought it was funny. But of the 14 reactions and 23 comments, one of these people or another person who saw it and didn't do anything called the police. It was like, "Hey, my friend said that he's going to harm himself online."
I bet
Can
that
you
wasn't
go
even
over
his
there?
friend. That's just, it's probably a distant aunt.
The guy's just like, look, the Eagles lost. What do you want me to do here? Eagles fans, you guys are from another planet. I love you guys.
Hey, you guys.
I think it's something, man.
How's it going? Are you Jake?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, so someone called in reference to your Facebook post.
The Eagles lost, man.
I know. So
I'm fine. The Eagles lost and the dogs are barking.
I got you. You don't plan on hurting yourself?
No. Jalen Hurts threw 3 goddamn. Turn the ball over 6 times. Man.
Yeah. Okay.
You should know this, officer. Come on, man.
He's so frustrated. He's probably dealt with maybe a handful of phone calls or texts, and I'm sure that the 23 comments that we can see just on this screenshot alone have been, half and half. Like, it's clearly somebody gets the joke from the ha-ha reaction. And then the rest of the reactions were all thumbs up. There was no hearts, no hugs, none of that stuff.
Because they're from Delco, they get it.
He sounds so frustrated. He's just like, come on. No, I'm not going to hurt myself. Jalen Hurts threw 3 GD interceptions, man. He turned the ball over. I like that he got into the stats with the police officer.
What's crazy is how fast he wraps this off because he's so wraps this up because he's so irritated that the cop is talking to him here, this Eagles fan. So, yeah, he posted that he was going to off himself on Facebook. The cop showed up to do a wellness check, and he's like, look, man, Jalen Hurts fumbled the ball a whole bunch of times. Do you not know this?
The dogs are barking. I mean,
come on.
I get you're doing your job, but get off my porch.
It'd be hilarious if the cop joined in and was like, well, yeah, and our defense has just been S in the bed.
I thought I was going to kill myself too, man.
Do you got a beer in there?
Go Birds.
For God's sake. Let's
wrap
it
both
up here.
do it. I got a pistol.
No. Jalen Hurts threw 3 goddamn. Turn the ball over 6 times, man.
That's right, yeah. Okay.
That's
all right,
right,
man.
yeah.
I appreciate it. All right, take it easy.
Just shuts the door in his face. It's like, look, all right.
I want to see his update. It's like, whoever just called in a wellness check, you are Jalen Hurtsing me right in the field.
Oh, man. Football fans, you guys are something else. I got to give it to you, man. There's a level of a fandom associated with the NFL that you don't see anywhere else, maybe in soccer or globally or something, but where people say, when they're talking about the team, they're like, we lost, we did this, they
cry. They do cries.
They cry, they break televisions, they post stuff like this online, and then the cops show up. It's another world. It truly, truly is. So there you go.
Unless
There's
you're a
our opening
Dolphins
clip
fan.
today.
We're just happy to be here.
Oh, I only saw a little bit of the game last night. Did they end up pulling it off? Or no? Okay. Yeah. I mean, I only looked down for a moment. Looked at the score. I said, "Oh, the Dolphins are playing."
I didn't watch it only because I knew my fantasy team was going to get beat by 31 points, and they did.
Mm-hmm.
So we lost.
But I made it to round 2 of the playoffs, which I think is farther than I've ever done.
Good job, bud.
Yeah.
I'm calling it a W for me.
Congratulations.
But I dare you to post on your Facebook. You're going to off yourself.
No,
right.
no. I'll post it on Sean's Facebook.
Don't do that, please. Just to clear the deck here before we get 5,000 texts, C-Line, can you look up the score of the...
it was 28 Steelers, 15 Dolphins.
Okay, 28
leaving
to 15.
a record at 6-8, and the Steelers 8-6. How fun.
Well, is that going to lead to a situation, because I did see the clip yesterday, where the guy from the Chiefs, I think, was doing a press conference. Let me see if I could pull this up. And he's like, I think we got a pretty good chance at making the postseason. And they're like, nope, you didn't make the playoffs. He's like, oh, okay. It's like in the middle.
By the way,
barking.
huge pat yourselves on the back, everybody who is in the sports broadcasting world or just news in general, and got through being able to say that the Dolphins were 6-7 and not have anybody say anything stupid.
Yeah, true. Thank God. Actually, I think there was somebody who did. We'll get to that in a second. Here's the Chiefs player I was talking about.
Still have fighting chance.
No, you don't.
Are we out of the playoffs?
Yeah, you are.
We are.
All right.
Oh, so bad.
We still have a fighting chance.
Yeah.
About that.
And he goes, wait, we're out of the playoffs?
Okay, got it.
Oh. So, still have fighting chance. Are we out of the playoffs? We are.
Retraction.
Okay. I was like, Okay. All right. Well,
I guess
I'm gonna go off myself.
Dogs are barking.
Send the police right to his house. Round and
The
round.
dogs are barking. Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL. We're not in the playoffs.
Damn.
Oh God, there you are. Just so you know, C-Lane, let me give this to you. Here it is.
Everybody, I'm Joe Buck along with the Hall of Famer Troy Aikman. Let's talk about the Miami Dolphins. They come in with a record of 6-7. 6-7.
You knew it was gonna go. You knew it was
What
gonna
you can't
happen.
see is the gun pointed at Troy Aikman right now because that was the most forced laugh I have ever heard in my his facial expression did not change. Maybe he's getting some
doing
Bobo.
the kid thing. He's doing the 6-0. God, so bad, so bad. Almost as bad as before we really get into the serious stuff here today. And there's a lot.
I don't think we should.
Really interesting twists and turns. All right.
Death be a knocking before the end of the year.
When we get to the Rob Reiner story here, there's potential that two other insanely famous people, one of them being Barack Obama, but another person insanely famous, could have possibly been victims in this whole thing. And more and more twists and turns in that case. We'll get to that in a second. But I did want to talk about something. I bitched. I don't know if I'd say bitched. Maybe you could say bitch. I bitched on the show the other day about our Christmas tree here at the house. Courtney has done up the Christmas tree, and each year it gets like more and more and more and more and more and more. And then she goes, "Oh, I found yesterday." She goes, "I found 6 more ornaments and put them on the tree." And I'm like, "Where was there even room? This tree is full of ornaments. It's got lights everywhere. This tree is every millimeter of the tree is covered." Okay. I've seen it absolutely everywhere. That is one thing that's happening a lot out there. And I said, I think it's a little bit too much. However, the other thing that people are doing this Christmas is the naked Christmas tree. And I support that even less. Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing
you
on
look
it?
like a lazy son of a bitch. People are just putting out the Christmas tree.
No lights?
No lights.
No star?
No
That's
Sick.
star.
Do presents go under it?
Presents go under it. There's a little skirt underneath
I guess
it.
they're not wrapped presents, right? Because we're going with the theme here.
A raw dog Christmas. A raw dog Christmas is not great.
Now,
okay?
I did want to have Amazon Christmas, and there's been a couple gift exchanges between just exclusively my father and I where we have not wrapped them, but it's...
You guys did a raw dog Christmas?
It's in an Amazon box. And that was enough for us because you don't know what's in the box. I mean, half the time we do know what's in the box.
Here you go, Dad. I threw some rocks in there to throw you off so you don't know what you're holding.
But I think the idea of naked Christmas tree is even worse than the dad jokest thing that my dad has ever done. And he was so proud of it. And his friends thought it was funny. And I was just embarrassed. Where my dad didn't get a tree one year. I think this was clearly post-divorce.
Right.
My dad didn't get a tree one year.
The year B-Lane gave up. It's just, I'm not putting the tree up.
He took out a ladder, a step ladder, and just spread the thing, put it there, wrapped Christmas lights around it, and plugged them in, and that was his Christmas tree for the year.
That's a raw dog Christmas.
I think a naked Christmas tree is worse. I mean, the ladder thing got some laughs. Not from me. Hated it. But his friends, he had some friends over. They drank a bunch of beers and like,
that's hilarious.
Oh, Billy, with your step ladder Christmas tree. We love it.
Folks on chat, how do we feel about the raw dog Christmas tree, the completely naked Christmas tree? Just you pull it out of the box, you kind of adjust all the branches on the fake Christmas tree, and no star, no ornaments. The opposite of Courtney. No star, no ornaments, no garland, no lights, no nothing, in a little stand with a little skirt, and it's just a tree. It's just a tree in your house. And that's worse.
That tree's just asking for it at this point.
Yeah, I think the tree of the skirt is I think that this is the worst. It's ugly. Hold on, let me see if I can find an example. Christmas tree minimalist. It's like this naked Christmas tree minimalist trend.
That should not be under the minimalist category.
It's like this, all right? There's just a tree. There's just a tree. There's nothing on it.
You calling that a tree?
That's also half a tree.
That's like a shrub.
That's a Christmas bush.
This is a Charlie
Which
Brown.
I also have going on right now.
Style Christmas tree. Nothing on these suckers. There's a whole story about this today. I mean, the news is as I said, everybody's kind of quiet quitting here in the end of the month and the end of the year, really.
Except for the people with guns, apparently.
Yeah, well, yeah, it seems like they're on a bit of a run here, but it says celebrities are doing this a lot. People are saying ornaments are a must. Stop doing this. The no ornament or nearly naked tree is gaining popularity. I don't like it.
Do you think celebrities ever get together and go, hey, you know what I think we could do? Get people to do stupid stuff. Like if Kim Kardashian and her friends were like just drinking wine at a party one day and one of them goes, hey, I bet if we posted a picture of a tree with no ornaments, we could get a lot of people to do it.
This will be the biggest thing we've done since we all sang Imagine during the pandemic. Guys, this is really going to change everything, okay? All right, when we come back, we'll get into these new jaw-dropping details on the Rob Reiner murder. Him and his wife killed at their L.A. home. Some celebrities that were almost there. There was a thing that happened, another thing that happened at the party Sealand mentioned yesterday beforehand. We've got all of that to illuminate this story a bit more. More about the Brown University situation. Clips galore. A crazy Share the Show Tuesday is on deck, so don't miss out. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Look out for a crash, I-4 westbound near County Road 46A, affecting the left lane. We got emergency crews off to the shoulder, I-4 westbound past Darrell Carter Parkway, clearing up a crash there. On I-4, you're going to get caught up in slowdowns through that Lake Buena Vista area. Other than that, on most of the major roadways, you won't be running into any trouble. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus. Dead car battery? The experts at Batteries Plus will have you in and out fast. Replacements usually take about 20 minutes. No appointment needed. Want to extend the life of your car battery too? Ask about their premier installation. Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. As the year winds down, here's something to remember. Kia sells more vehicles in Central Florida than any brand except one. So if you're shopping, chances are you're already thinking about a new Kia. Greenway Kia is closing out the year with savings up to $12,000 off MSRP and one of the area's biggest selections of new Kias. Shop hundreds of new Kias online at greenwaykias.com. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Example stock number 17479, offer expires 1/5/26.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. Hey, y'all see Hard Rock Bet has new promos daily?
Y'all.
Hello! Have you shared the show today?
Also, Marshall is the brand that is one of the brands I'm looking at for the rack mount displays.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a couple. It takes up 3 units, which is it's a little bit of a space grab, but they're pretty cool.
Well, also, we don't have a lot to put in those units necessarily. Well, also, we don't have a lot to put in those units in the rack. I mean, it's not like we're like, oh no, our rack's going to be full.
When you have monitors taking up 3 units, and we need the power can be in the back, but we need the switch up front. That's just 1 unit.
Yeah.
And then, so that's 1, 3 for the displays. That's 4. A 5th one for the switcher, and then so we probably need like an 8-unit rack.
Okay. All right, well, we're getting there. I think this is
coming along.
It's a good plan. All right, folks, a little behind-the-scenes action on the behind-the-scenes Skull Mike. We are currently working on our plan, which has been a little ways in the making, for live shows in 2026. And we need to have sort of an all-in-one kit that we can roll with us that's a complete like production studio, so we can plug it in, point the cameras at us, send the signal back to my studio, and broadcast video from wherever we go with ease. And we're like locking in on all the stuff for that. So the good news for you is next year on the show, we'll probably be doing live streams from more locations. I know we have at least 2 live shows that are locked in, so that should be good. All right, we got 3 minutes and we're back live on the show. I hope you're doing well on a Share the Show Tuesday. Can we get more ass next year? Potentially. I'm trying to figure out the best way to use all of my time. Doing some after show streams might be in the cards. Doing more videos will definitely be in the cards. There's a lot to work out. But yes, it's a possibility. By the way, I fixed that light behind me. I fixed the light here. The camera wasn't catching it all the way, and there was like some little bumps in the light, and where it like blacked out. I hated it, so I turned it off. Fixed it yesterday. All by myself. I fixed it by myself. Will Fritz be back? Well, who knows? Who knows what 2026 has in store for us? If you're new around here, folks, we are live every single day from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the world's most viral newsroom, both with STDs and popular stories online. Do not miss a day. Unfortunately, if you're new around here, I also have to tell you there are only 3 more live streams left in 2025. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and see you later, finally taking a break. Hello, Open Source in Missouri. Good to see you. Thanks for being along with us. This Rob Reiner story gets crazier and crazier, you guys. Wait till you hear some of the new info that has dropped today. Info about where Rob Reiner's son went after killing him and his wife. Info about some stuff that happened before, some stuff that almost happened. Crazy. Hey, Alicia. All right, 90 seconds, and we're back live on the show. Cat Butthole says, the roast was awesome. Lots of laughs. Thanks for that. Thank you for watching. I hope you thought the quality was good. I think this sets, for me, a bottom floor of what the quality for the VODs will be, for the specials. I think it's the bottom floor. I think there's a lot of stuff I would do differently, and everything will be ratcheted up quality-wise much more in the next one. I mean, I don't think this one was bad quality at all, but I think we could do way better. All right, we're coming back with the Rob Reiner updates right now, folks, on a Share the Show Tuesday on the News Junkie. Let's go.
Pricing
and same-day pickup.
That's GoodRx, the no-nonsense way. Save time and money on prescriptions.
Get to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hey everybody, it's Chuck and Josh from the Stuff You Should Know podcast, and it's that time of year again when we knuckle down to do our annual holiday episodes.
We collected our best past classic holiday episodes and compiled them into a 12 Days of Christmas Toys playlist that the whole family can enjoy.
That's right, maybe you missed it the first time we detailed the history of Beanie Babies, Monopoly, or yo-yos, and a whole lot more.
So open your free iHeartRadio app, search Stuff You Should Know, and listen now.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure.
Cheers to a Merry Christmas from your best friends at the News Junkie.
You don't want the same 3 songs over and over and over again. I know you don't. Christmas songs or otherwise. Hang out with us in the world's most viral newsroom. Learn more about the show at thenewsjunkie.com. Crazy details coming out today. And a story that was already crazy about Rob Reiner. And this guy, huge force in Hollywood. It was behind some movies that definitely you've seen, I think, at some point in time.
We watched A Few Good Men last night.
Did you really?
Yep.
Oh, man. Did it hold up?
Oh, yeah. That's a great movie.
Rob Reiner, very talented guy.
Everybody in it's so young, man. Like, it's thinking about like Kevin Pollak, who who played Moish Maisel in The Marvelous Miss Maisel. Like, like one of the was he the dad or no? The dad was the other guy, but he was in the family, and it's like to see how young he looked. He's like almost different,
right? Yeah, I mean they still
Tom Cruise, Kevin Bacon.
Rob Reiner just was in the new Spinal Tap movie. He was in that, I believe, and he was still working on lots of stuff. And he had a lot of troubles with his son, if you didn't know. And him and his wife, Michelle Reiner, were allegedly killed by this son. But boy, does it get crazier, and boy, are there more twists and turns, okay? One of those twists is that there was a plan for the Obamas to have been at the house at the moment when this all went down.
Wait, at the Reiner
At Rob Reiner's house. Yeah, the Obamas were supposed to be at a meeting at Rob Reiner's house. There was a planned meeting that they had at the Reiner residence the day that all of this went down. And I think they ended up rescheduling for whatever reason, and they weren't there. And so you can, I mean, who knows what would have happened? Maybe there could have been more bloodshed. I have no idea what would have happened.
I mean, I think there could have been less bloodshed. You would think that the Secret Service would have been there.
Well, probably. I don't know if they always travel. Like, if he's going to a friend's house, does he bring the Secret Service? Maybe. Probably, I would guess, right?
Well,
just
the
to
Secret
be fully
Service,
secure.
man, like, no, you can have the night off. I'll go hang out at Rob Reiner's house.
Yeah, but maybe then the son goes, I want to go out in a bigger blaze of glory here, get myself a gun and make this even crazier, because it seems like the violence was on his mind. So here's some of the new details in the Rob Reiner story, and then we'll get on to some other stuff happening out there. While homicide investigators with the Los Angeles Police Department have said very little about the investigation into the allegedly gruesome stabbing deaths of Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle Reiner, details continue to emerge. Preliminary, though unconfirmed reports suggested the couple's daughter, Romy Reiner, discovered her parents and called the police, which is just terrible by itself there, that it was the daughter that stumbled on her parents in this condition. Firefighters reportedly found Rob, 78, and his wife, Michelle, 68, inside the home suffering from stab wounds. They were declared dead at the scene. Police have not released details regarding the arrest, but TMZ reported the couple had their throats slit by a family member, possibly after an argument. And the outlet also said after calling law enforcement, Romy called Billy Crystal and his wife Janice, who arrived at the scene in a flash and saw the dead bodies. Oh. So Billy Crystal, when he showed up, there wasn't anybody there yet. Billy Crystal showed up and goes into the house, and there's Rob Reiner and the wife. Not crime scene tape, not cordoned off. Allegedly, this is before anybody arrives. He got there so fast, he went in and actually saw what the crime scene looked like. So that was another crazy twist in this. The other thing is, I guess things got even more weird at that party the night before. And Rob Reiner's son, who had showed up only because the Reiners knew he was in some sort of explosive mood and wanted to keep an eye on him and make sure he wasn't doing drugs and stuff. So they said, come along with us. So everybody's dressed up for Conan O'Brien's Christmas party, and he comes in a hoodie, and his dad is embarrassed, like, Jesus, man, you're a disaster. And he's in a hoodie, slunking around at the party, and he keeps staring at people randomly and making them uncomfortable. And they didn't know if perhaps he was planning on getting violent maybe at Conan O'Brien's holiday party, because of all people, he had a confrontation apparently with Bill Hader of SNL fame. He goes up to Bill Hader, Rob Reiner's son does before this murder, goes up to Bill Hader and starts trying to inject himself in whatever conversation Bill Hader's having. And Bill Hader goes, hey, it's a private conversation. Do you mind? and he just stared. Bill Hader said he just like stared at him for this uncomfortable, awkward amount of time, and they thought some violence was going to break out. And then I guess he went away, and I'm like, I think this guy was just waiting to explode on somebody, be it the former President Obama, if he happened to be at the Reiner's household.
It's anybody. And
all the Reiners, anybody at this party at Conan O'Brien's, who knows?
It's, I don't know. It's screaming to me manic episode. And I think a lot of people have this understanding of manic being like, they're really hyper. But it is a whole different mindset where it doesn't matter. Like there's just something in their head, and you might not talk to the person for 5, 10 years, 20 years. And if you're locked in, it doesn't. Like it's a tunnel vision, all seeing red, and violence absolutely is attached to episodes like that. But good God.
Yeah.
How insane is that?
I mean, it's just brutal to hear about this. And he never gave up really on his son. Like even in these final days, he's trying to drag his son along with him. He could have been like, you're a grown-ass man. See, I see stuff like this all the time where people go, this person's son is now homeless. Shame on the family for leaving this person in this condition. And I'm like, that's sweet. That's sweet that you've never been through anything like this. And you don't know what it's like to have somebody give up on you so many times and do all this crap to you over and over and over again, to when you finally just let them go and maybe they're homeless or maybe they're addicted or whatever. And
the weird part is you get to watch it better now because a lot of the homeless people still have Facebook pages and no shame.
That's true. That's absolutely true. This kind of stuff is more commonplace than you might think. But Rob Reiner, seemingly with every reason to do the opposite, was still fighting to do the best by his son. He's old. He was like 80 years old almost. All right? And his son is an old, grown-ass man, acting like a child, like a little, Nepo baby in the worst sense of it, and never doing the right thing, always just being absolutely obnoxious. And his father fought and did projects with him and did tours and podcasts with him and did everything. And this is the thanks you get at the end of it, because there are
so violent, man,
maniacal, violent, deranged human beings out there who do stuff like this. And one of the unfortunate things about actual life. Then they said afterwards, Rob Reiner, after his son, after killing Rob Reiner and his wife, killing his father and his mother, then went to a hotel room where the hotel room was completely covered in blood, they said. So, I guess this guy had it all over him and went back to his hotel room, and it was just an absolute and total mess. So we'll keep an eye on the story. More and more developments coming in. Let us know what you think about this. Give us your thoughts. Seems to be something where everybody's kind of on the same page, but we shall see. All right, a couple emails coming in. tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Kelly emails the show. Kelly says, I'm sure this will be one of many. The roast was spectacular, she says. So Kelly watching the roast over on the website, which you can watch the special VOD, video on demand. Watch it whenever you want. Beam it to your TV. Do all that good stuff. Go do that on thenewsjunkie.com. The roast was spectacular. I laughed. I got offended in a good way, and I have a newfound love of C-Lane. What a stallion, she says. I don't know if I've ever heard C-Lane called a stallion.
It's few and far between.
Today's the day, buddy. Yeah, the stallion, she says. You guys all did amazing. And it says, you guys are hands down my favorite show. I expose you daily with my staff on stream. Keep it up. Hope you all have a fantastic time off. You deserve it with all you do to help us get through our work weeks. Much love, says Kelly. She enjoyed the roast.
Thank you, Kelly.
Also, Bill did as well. Hey, Sean, the roast was so good. Worth the wait. I hope you, Dortney, and Dylan, and Junkie Cat and Lady Dog enjoyed the break. I know you'll love that cruise, he says. Princess is the best oldo adventure left to us over 50 folks. I'm not over 50.
Sean's
Don't pull
over
me
50.
in with you. No, I'm not. Since we're set in our ways and all, he said. Thank you for recording the roast for your Palm Beach County crew. We'll try to make it next time. Merry Christmas to you and your whole family and everybody else on the show. Happy holidays. Thanks again, says Bill. Bill, thank you for the kind email. Thank you to everybody else who's been checking out the roast. I really think it came out great. I think it's super high quality. I think people will be impressed, and you'll absolutely 1,000% laugh at this. You could see the edited version, which is a little less than 90 minutes long. It's a good time. If you want to see the whole shebang for whatever reason, below it in the bonus content is the full director's cut of this, which is over 2 hours, I think. If you want to see what, got chopped out, it's all there for you. And this is the start of something new. Really, I think with the level of quality this was at, which is a pretty damn good quality if you go give it a peek, this is the basement. This is the ground floor. And each of these special video on demand things that we do moving forward will just get better and better and better till we're creating content like a channel, like anything else out there, which is the future of this medium and many others in the content world. That's what I'm trying to be ahead of. So thank you for taking a part in all of this. And go check it out. Have a laugh and enjoy yourself. Get the roast over on thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right, we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, I have maybe the most infuriating story of the week.
Okay.
This is one about Christmas shopping that, if you don't know, is going to have an impact on your life, okay? This will change what you do for Christmas shopping. Do not miss what we're about to talk about. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Real Music Weekends are Classic Alternative.
This weather report.
This afternoon. Not quite close to where we should be for this time of year, but we'll take it. A high of 72 degrees is on the way for Orlando with a mix of sunshine and clouds. As we head throughout the rest of this week, we'll expect a couple of spotty showers, mainly for Thursday and Friday. It won't cool us off much temperature-wise, though, because we'll actually warm into the upper 70s and low 80s by this weekend. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members get 500 points for logging in to the Lowe's app for the first time. Take advantage of all your pro benefits today. Valid 12/1/25 to 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details.
Hey, folks, what a time weather-wise. Man, it's all over the place. Pretty cold this morning here in Central Florida. But you never know. Next couple of weeks, it could swing back to warmer again. Back and forth we go. That's hell on your air conditioner. Your air conditioner is working overtime to try to stay at that right perfect temperature for you. For me, 70 degrees or so. Sometimes I'm a little cold around the house, but Courtney wants it right there at 70 degrees. And that's why we have Mills Air, to make sure everything works the way it should all the time with the AC. They've been doing this for 30 years plus. They got the best techs out there. They're honest. They're fair. They're local. They're family owned and operated. And you can call them to get your AC fixed at any time. 407-277-1159. That's right. It's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are solving the unsolvable. Our transplant experts are using new technologies like machine perfusion to increase the number of usable organs, reduce waiting times, and allow more patients to receive life-saving liver, heart, kidney, and lung transplants. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
Historic utility rate hikes are coming, the biggest in U.S. history, but you can fight back with Solar Source. Whole home solar from just $89 a month. No money down, guaranteed performance and maintenance included. Save up to 40% on your power bill immediately. Solar Source is trusted by NASA, Disney, and over 70,000 homeowners. And you could get exclusive savings when you tell them Jack from Real Radio sent you. Visit solarsource.com/monsters or call now and lock in your rate before energy prices soar.
If you've been in a big truck accident, you need a lawyer that specializes in big trucks. A lawyer who knows all the federal traffic rules that can affect your case.
And who can navigate the complex web of laws dealing with the trucking company, the leasing company, the shipper, and all the other details that can complicate your case.
At Farah and Farah, we've seen it all, and we're ready to go the long haul.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast.
Hello. Skull mic on. I don't even know why I did that. I was working on some scheduling stuff with C-Lane, and now I'm just here to tell you there's 1 minute left. There's 1 minute. Wonder how long I could stay over here. If I only had 10 seconds, would I still be able to make it over there and hit everything in time? Or my wrist sounding like a fool? If I screw it up, I only have 40 seconds right now. That's not a lot. I still got to sit down and get everything ready. I only have 30 seconds. What? Okay, see you later. Be safe, please. All right, here we go. Oh, boy!
The amazing iHeart Christmas and playlist you'll love all in one place. Open the app, search Holiday, and let the festivities begin.
Need new blinds? At Blindster.com, we offer guaranteed low prices, guaranteed satisfaction, free samples, and free shipping. At Blindster, we take the fear out of ordering custom blinds, shades, and shutters so you can do it yourself and save big. Blindster.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Radio. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from your friends at the News Junkie.
Don't forget, for the holidays, have a laugh, enjoy yourself. The Roast of Sean Wasson right there on your TV screen or the small screen if you want to watch on your phone or your iPad or whatever it is. Go get it right now. You buy it for life over at thenewsjunkie.com. Christmas time is upon us, friends, and that means you got to buy a whole bunch of stuff, and I must say, that's the worst part of Christmas. It is. It's like, did I buy the thing?
Debt.
We got something for, I don't want to say who it is, one of the people on our Christmas list, all right? And Courtney and I were like, okay, this is what we'll get, and we'll do this. And we bought it right through their website, which looked, was advertised on Instagram, looked totally normal and stuff. And then Courtney gets the thing for the tracking numbers, and it's all in Russian. And the president is now
love this.
She's like, oh my God, the president we ordered is in Ukraine right now. It's slowly making its way over. And I'm like, holy cow. It's miserable making sure everything is there.
Just toss it across the front lines.
Yeah, right. Like, here you go. Right. And then on to the next country and hopefully over here. It's stressful. It's bad. But there's even crazier information that will affect how your holidays go, I think. And not enough people are talking about it. So this particular story is from ABC News, and I had not heard of this before, but maybe you guys were familiar. I'm going to bring up the actual story. And it says from ABC News, what to know about the new return fees from retailers for holiday gifts. And again, maybe you've heard of this, but it says new, and I've never heard of this before in my life. But ABC News says this holiday gift giving season, some retailers have changed their return policies. All right, so here's what you need to know here. Here's everything shoppers need to know about the new fees and timelines. The National Retail Federation says nearly 3/4 of all stores charge some sort of return fee, which is money customers won't get back when buying a package online and returning it by mail. Marshall's, by the way, a return fee, $11.99.
I mean, why are you returning
package.
stuff to Marshall's?
TJ Maxx, $11.99 return fee. Macy's, $9.99 a return fee. JCPenney, $8. J. Crew, $7.50. All of these different outlets, they get pissed off because they make all these sales during the holidays, and then people put the gift receipt in with the present, and then so many people return this crap to buy something they actually like, and then now they're starting to charge you for it.
And this is like in-store return.
To mail them back in most cases.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And they have like return deadlines. For instance, if you bought anything on Amazon, they only have until January 31st to return it. Otherwise, you're screwed. Walmart, same. Target, January 24th. Best Buy is even shorter, January 15th. And you get a return charge if you do this. If you go to the store, you don't get this necessarily. But if you're going to return some of the crap you bought online, because they're upset about people doing this, they've now added all these return fees. And I heard this is just the beginning. All right? I've heard from some people who work in the industry, you ain't seen nothing yet. They're going to start adding return fees to so much of the stuff that you buy online during particular periods of time. Are there any times that you could think of on the top of your head, Sabrina and Sealand, where somebody might buy something only to return that thing afterwards, annoying the company that's selling it?
Yes.
What are times what time would you think like, oh, it's this time of year?
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl is the number one time. If you go out and you buy TVs online, they're going to attach big return fees to those prior to the Super Bowl.
I thought they did like temporary, like they abolished the return policy for, a couple weeks before the Super Bowl or something.
They should. At some places they probably do.
Storefronts, like, isn't Rent-A-Center the reason why that exists is so that you could rent a TV for Super Bowl and give it back?
Rent-A-Center is usually
furniture,
not like,
I thought.
Yeah, but you don't
They got
rent
TVs.
something for a day. That's not how I don't think that's how the model works at those places.
Rent-A-Center's rent to own,
Yeah.
Right,
like
well, you know what? Business idea. Audio trademark. Rent a TV for Super Bowl.
Rent the TV for a day. I'm sure something like that exists out there.
Okay.
But they don't want you to buy the TV, put it up on your wall. Your friends are all like, whoa, 100 inches? Damn. And then afterwards, you're like, take that son of a bitch down. It's a waste of money. Send it back. The return fees are just getting started at these places.
And if it's not return fees, you'll get flagged. Like, I know, I would say 2 to 3 people that have been put in Amazon timeout for like a year because they returned too much. Absolutely not.
Okay.
I know people that I'm surprised are not in Amazon timeout.
Who's that?
I certainly returned, but there's a lot of stuff where I'm like, I did this to myself, and I will put it back in the packaging, and it is going to be a gift for someone later.
I'm just saying, you've talked, Sabrina, on the show about like returning a lot of stuff. You'll buy the stuff, you'll use it, and then you'll return it, and you'll bring it back, and so you've never been flagged. They've never sent any sort of emails, no messages, no nothing.
No, they're like, this girl spends too much money with us. There's no way. Like, my ratio of return versus keep is significant.
Okay. Mine used to be I never returned anything. And then Cordy told me, you're an idiot. What are you doing? I would buy something. Maybe it cost $100. And then I'm like,
really
that's not the right thing. And sometimes it was tiny. Sometimes it was like just the wrong thing. And I'd go, damn, I'm an idiot. I was too busy in the moment. Didn't pay enough attention. So whatever. And I would just throw it away or try to give it to somebody or something. She goes, we're right down the street. We could just return this thing. It's so easy. We started to do it a lot more. I think a lot of businesses are seeing a rise in these things, and it's super duper expensive. Cyclone Ranger on YouTube said, never knew Amazon had a timeout. Well, they do for stuff just
Challenge
like this.
accepted?
Yeah, because there'll be people who prank Cyclone Ranger. They'll prank Amazon.
Cyclone Ranger is a great name, by the way. Good reference.
I think there was a guy on TikTok or something. He was on one of the social media platforms, and his entire bit was he was going to get back at like Bezos
Facebook,
or whoever.
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see that?
He orders an anvil every month and then returns the anvil back through Amazon. And just purchase an anvil, return anvil. If you don't know what that is, it's a big, giant, huge thing. And he just buys it and returns it over and over and over again. these places are probably tired of all of this. But if you've run into this through the holidays or for other reasons with return fees, let us know your experience. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Some people are mad at Saturday Night Live, I saw, for various things. Some of the cast members suck this year, I guess. Some of the people are not happy with that. I've seen complaints over and over and over about 2 or 3 of the cast members that are just absolute duds this year.
Jane Wickline.
That's the one I see a lot of.
I missed that cough.
Jane Wickline.
That I see Jane can't read a cue card to save her life.
No, that's all she could do.
Or she reads the cue card, you can see her looking at it, but like
she can't look away from the cue card to save her life. So while like the first season she did some sketches, but she does a lot of weekend update stuff.
God, she's young.
And she does songs. And so they like they like having people. They always want their next Adam Sandler.
Isn't she a Nepo baby?
Yeah, her mom used to be Lorne Michaels' assistant.
Oh, that'll do it.
That'll do it. I mean, there is some funny too. I haven't seen SNL, so I did see like clips that have gone viral, but I am now just a little bit more shooketh that we are. I mean, Sean, you are almost 20 years older than her.
How old is she? She's 23, 20?
26.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not 46, just for the record. I don't want to put that down.
That's why
anywhere.
I said almost 20 years.
Yeah, but I mean,
how old are you?
I'm 44, and I just turned 44.
You're 18 years older than her.
Yeah, I mean,
you are an adult older than her.
I'm not very surprised.
You could be her grandpa.
I only want there. Here's my whole goal in life, Sabrina. Okay, I only want there to be one person on whatever thing I'm watching to represent me. So, like, the idea that Phillip Rivers was playing in the NFL this week, and Phillip Rivers is the same age as me, I was like, that means in some alternate universe, I'm still of age to play in the NFL,
well, I mean,
and I
in
can pull
that case,
this off.
Lorne Michaels represents you.
But there's nobody on the staff, I don't think. How old's Keenan? How old's he? Is he in his 40s?
Keenan's getting up there.
He looks 20 years younger than me.
Guess?
Yeah, I would say he's 41 is my guess.
47.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm good. I'm good on SNL in that case. There's somebody on the
just got to start being funny, you know.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
He has
day by
also
day.
grown facial hair out.
A little bit of time needs to go by. SNL was called out. This is what people are mad about because they said that they used AI during one of the bits. And it was just like an image that they put up in the background of Weekend Update.
By the way, they had a hilarious, while you pull this up, pre-recorded skit this week that was like, move over Spotify Wrapped. Here's the thing you didn't ask for. Uber Eats Wrapped.
Oh, God.
It's like
no,
all the stuff about, you know, how much money you spend and how many different restaurants you went to, and then like what's your Uber Eats age. It was really good. Really well done.
That's smart. I like that, actually. They showed this image from the Weekend Update segment with a woman who looks strikingly like my mother, and she's at a slot machine with an oxygen tank gambling, and somebody said, they're using AI over there. And
what do you want them to do?
They wanted them to get a real photo of an old lady with an oxygen tank.
No one has
sure you can
time
find
for
that. You might be able to find it if you spend long enough at a casino. But it's so dumb. They're the anti-AI people who, if anybody in the world, and I mean anybody, posts like an AI image, they'll be like, take it down. AI, it's stupid. It's taking jobs. It's AI. Oh, God. Oh, God. Almost everything on SNL is overstaffed, and they still have plenty of humans working there, all right? Just dial it down. Unless you, too, were offended by this, hit us up with your thoughts on a dispatch. Record your message right now at thenewsjunkie.com. When we return, we'll hear from you. We got to talk about this mystery in Miami. I don't know if this popped up on your radar or not.
I heard about it yesterday. It's kind of crazy.
You guys seen this story about the woman who died in the freezer at the Dollar Tree?
Did she die in the freezer? Did she die in the freezer?
I'm sorry, first question. Didn't know they had freezers at Dollar Tree.
This woman went into a Dollar Tree, and they found her. She died in the freezer in the Dollar Tree.
Like the back freezer or the ones that you could find?
No, like I think they have food and stuff in some of these. And so the story is weird and gets weirder. We'll give you some of the details on that. Plus, have you been worried about this whole license plate frame situation? Worry no more. The clarification from the state of Florida, for those of you who have been worried, that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Win tickets to the Tampa Bay Bucks game Wednesday on our Instagram at Real Radio 1041.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash call.
Hello! Skull Mike, activate.
Caught up in delays getting through the city near that 408 interchange. There's a crash on I-4 westbound before Steep Road 535.
Skull Mike, activate. Year almost done. It is a little toasty in the studio, though.
477 from the traffic center of James, Birmingham.
This report
Stand
is
by.
sponsored by Batteries Plus. Said car battery.
Climate adjustment underway.
Have you in and out fast. Replacements usually take about 20
Hello,
minutes.
AA on YouTube. Good to see you. How are you? Hope all is well. Want to share the show Tuesday?
Experts in charge.
Folks, if you're new around here, do us a favor. Hit that like button over on YouTube. It does help out with the algorithm and all that. Too soon? For God's sake, she's not even thawed yet? No wonder half these stores are not doing well? Well, I mean, a lot of the older department type stores are kind of getting hammered right now. Heather says, I just got pulled over on Saturday in Orange City for my license plate cover from Courtesy Honda. It's crap that they put it on there and they're illegal. Damn. That sucks, Heather. Heather, is the frame from that Honda dealership, does it block out anything in particular, or is it just your standard frame that all the rest of us kind of have? Let me know. Handful of minutes and we're back live on the show. This is behind the scenes. This is where we chit-chat during the break. I hate these new YouTube names, to be honest. Oh, is that on our end? Yeah. The service that we use, like, for a while, like, stuff was busted and we couldn't see how many people were watching. Then we were having the issues with different platforms not getting through. I could complain. We'll see. I mean, it seems to get the job done. She was telling me that it's illegal for it to cover any words on there. It covered half of Seminole on my tag, so I immediately took it off because I think that's bullshit. When I was driving around on Saturday, I was just kind of looking to see how many cars have tags. I think a lot of people have taken them off in Florida. I do. Well, we finally have clarification on that controversial issue from the state of Florida, and we'll get into that next. It's bullshit. It's quite annoying.
Hey, Florida drivers, the holiday season is upon us.
So glad they don't make us have a front tag yet.
If you drink, don't
yet.
drive on the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or...
We're also going to get into the Brown University shooting. Absolutely unhinged to me that no one is in custody, that the police didn't even engage with this person. Apparently, this attack went on for minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes on the campus, and no law enforcement was there to engage at any point in time. This guy got away. All we've seen so far is pretty bad security footage. Now it's becoming abundantly clear after this and the Charlie Kirk assassination that it is far too easy to take a gun, go onto a college campus, engage in some sort of massacre, and then just leave. See you later. See you later. We're used to either death by cop, which is the wanted outcome in some of these instances, or the police engage with them and arrest the person right there on the scene. We're not used to these people getting away. I mean, imagine they don't find this guy. How crazy would that be? 2 minutes and we're back live on the show. Can I just remove the numbers? Well, I mean, you're an adult. You can do whatever you want. You just have to face the repercussions. They'll find him. I'm not upset that it's taking a few days. I am upset. I'll tell you why. Number one, Brown University has been an absolute disaster in their handling of this, and their public statements, and their press conferences, and their leadership not knowing anything about what's happening, not being able to convey any sense of what actually went down to the students at the school. It's crazy. Crazy how bad Brown University. Yep. Ow! It's crazy how bad Brown University has screwed all this up. The police, the feds in particular, you should be freaked out by the fact that they full-on arrested somebody, released their information about their background, date of birth, photograph, military history. And then they said, oh, whoops, we got the wrong guy, and let the only suspect that they had go. You shouldn't be upset that law enforcement might chase down different leads and some of them might not pan out. But the idea that they were like pounding on their chest, we got him, and then they absolutely didn't, is also concerning. So the response has been a 1 out of 5 do not recommend for me. All right, we're coming back. Here we go.
Don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Happy holidays from Sean, Sabrina, and C-Lane. This is the news.
We're going to find out what the hell is going on with this mystery of a woman found in a freezer at a Dollar Tree. What the hell happened there? Details forthcoming. We'll get to you, your feedback, your emails, your dispatches, all of that in just a bit here on the show. But first, I want to put a lot of you at ease because driving around this weekend, I was just kind of going with my gut here, but looking around, I said, I think a lot of people have gone to the steps of taking off their license plate frame in Florida in particular with these new laws coming down because people are so confused about what the hell's going on. Yeah. Somebody in chat during the break was like, I got pulled over this weekend. All I have is a dealership tag, the frame that they gave me with my car around it, and they pulled me over and they talked about this. Just for that. Just for the license plate frame being a reason to pull this person over. And then they ask other questions after that, which is stupid and so bad and so dumb and so wrong. And one of these things where absolutely it can infringe on people's rights. You don't want the law enforcement to be able to pull over like 50% of the populace because they have some questionable license plate holder or license plate frame. And I looking around this week and I said, oh, I think a lot of people have taken these off. I saw them just raw dogging their license right there. The license plates were just right on the car with screws in most of the cases. But now we actually have some clarification. And this is good because hopefully this will trickle down to the police who are, trying to enforce this. And in some cases, just pulling over people with, well, the same damn license plate frame that I have, if I'm honest with you. So here's what we see.
Jesus, Sean, come on.
Everybody's got these things. is your license plate frame illegal?
Okay, you have to drive your car to be pulled over.
I still drive. I just don't drive my car quite as much. That is the question Florida drivers and law enforcement officers have been asking after a new law went into effect on October 1st. There was so much confusion, the state had to issue a clarification. Florida Statute 320.262 upgrades the penalty to a second-degree misdemeanor for anybody covering or interfering with the visibility of a license plate's primary features. Primary features, specifically including the plate number and the validation sticker in the top right corner. But despite the law's intents, enforcement and interpretation vary widely across the state. They have said in different places like Ocoee, Florida, if a frame or cover hides even a small section, it can lead to a traffic stop and a citation. Those citations can be as much as $500. That'll ruin your Christmas, right? And now they've issued this thing from the sheriff's office and from others that says the plate frames are permissible as long as the actual license plate number is visible. So your license plate number, as long as you can see that, and your registration sticker, as long as those are fully visible, you're fine. A plate frame that covers the information at the top is permissible, all right? So the top or the bottom.
As long as they can identify the state.
Yes, as long as you can tell what state the license plate is from, it doesn't matter if you're covering like the URL or any of that. This is a clarification coming down the pipeline.
And all law enforcement is aware of that, right?
That's the problem. The problem is the misinformation or sort of like the unclear information comes out. Everybody goes, don't want to get pulled over, don't want to get fined. And so people either take them off entirely or just kind of risk it. And law enforcement just starts pulling over people randomly. Then they clarify. And then it could be like maybe a year from now, all the law enforcement hasn't totally heard about this. So they said, as long as the license plate is visible, you're good to go. There are a lot of different people who have weighed in on this, but this is the Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles that has issued this clarification. Let me bring this up here so I can fully see what's going on with them. Okay, here's the Department of Motor Vehicles. To all law enforcement agencies, obscured license plates, it says, the act does not prohibit the use of a license plate frame as long as the frame does not obscure visibility of the following: the alphanumeric plate identifier and the decal located in the top right-hand corner of the license plate. So those are the key things. They do not consider the information on the bottom of the plate to be a primary feature of your license plate. A plate frame that impinges on the information at the top of the plate is permissible as long as they can identify the state that issued the plate. So there you go. If you can see what state it is, if you can read the license plate number, if you can see your registration, none of the rest of it matters. Unfortunately, you might still get pulled over because of all the confusion for this.
I'm going to print out that letter. How about that?
You can just hand it to them. Look, this is your people. Your people sent this along. The Florida Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles folks sent that out. Thank God you folks in New York don't have to deal with this. It's been a bit of a mess around here, and I think a lot of people have reacted by just taking it off to try to prevent any other problems from happening in their world. So let us know your thoughts, or if you've been pulled over or whatever your experiences are. Send a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com or email the show, tips, T-I-P-S, at thenewsjunkie.com.
New York has their own set of things they got to deal with, though. Don't they still have inspections, regular inspections?
To New York fans of the show, that is a nightmare. I don't know why you are letting your politicians keep pushing you through that rigmarole. When I was young and my parents had to do the inspections all the time, it was so annoying and stupid in the name of fixing the ozone layer. It wasn't really big on climate change at that point in time. That wasn't the doomer obsession. It was more like some climate stuff and air purity and the ozone layer and stuff. That was a lot of CFCs, but you get the point. And you would go into the place, you would pull your car. Did you guys ever have to do this, or is this over before you?
No, I never had an inspection.
You had to pull your car onto these...
my car.
This tumbler thing, And you had to drive your car at the speed that this little screen was telling you to hit the gas, slow down.
I don't remember that at all. No, I don't think so.
You had to pass, and they put a thing in your exhaust to see what your exhaust was eking out. And if you didn't pass, you had to get your car fixed so it was cleaner. And if you did, then you get your sticker. That is a nightmare too, New York.
I used to hear about people that would keep their car, like New Yorkers, that would keep their car registered in Jersey, so they just to avoid that.
Mm-hmm.
Which seems not
I don't blame
super
them.
above board
loophole,
but
I don't blame
they
them.
won't say they're from Jersey. Interesting.
I guess people used to get tricky about stuff like this and try to remove like a catalytic converter off of their car, which if you don't know what that is, it's the thing that people steal a lot
because it's got platinum in it.
Yeah, it's got like precious metals in it or whatever, or rare earth metals. It's got stuff in it that's worth money, and it simply cleans the exhaust, filters the exhaust from your car to keep it up with regulations. But they have stopped doing that in a lot of states. And I think, just having to keep doing that seems like a nightmare to me. We still got to talk about this woman at the Dollar Tree, which is just kind of insane. The story's out of control, but the details will have to wait just a moment. Let's go over to a couple of dispatches. Here is Angry Polly talking about the license plate situation.
Good afternoon, junkies. So my bar, we donate to the sheriff's department, and one of the things you get is a license tag frame.
All right.
Which, of course, I have on my car. And
what a great thing this is.
Yeah.
What a great thing. Like, if you donate to us, you will get a license plate frame. And you're like, well, why do I want the license plate frame? Oh.
Because it shows all of the police that you donated to them.
I see. This is the same thing my dad did when he donated to the scam police benevolency organization every year.
For days.
Yeah. The front window every year was covered with like every year of I donated to the police benevolency thing. I want to make sure if you come here, I'm one of the good guys.
I'm pretty certain it got me out of a ticket recently, but that's kind of a catch-22. What's your thoughts on that? Have a great day, guys. Miss you, C-Lane.
There he goes.
Love you, Polly.
All right. Thank you, Polly. Yeah, I mean, I think the whole thing is a mess. They should have never rolled it out like this. This is something that happens a lot with politicians because politicians are mostly stupid people who are solely seeking power, fame more than anything, and certainly riches. We have the wrong motivations for our political leaders in this country, and that's why, in my opinion, they are all absolute garbage losers. And all of these people will get together on issues like this, and they're trying to fix people from scamming like the pay tolls, right? And they don't want people to have something that covers their license plate so the cameras can't see and then find the person who is driving the vehicle who didn't pay their tolls. That's the thing they're trying to fix. And in fixing that, they cause all of this fallout, which makes it worse with all the confusion. Just not great, actually. Let's see here. We'll hold some of these other ones for just a bit, but we can also get to your emails over at tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Price sends along the Seminole County Sheriff's Office thing. Yeah, we looked at that. That was the thing I looked at earlier, where it said the frames are permissible as long as you can see the numbers and the letters on your license plate and that registration sticker, which that makes sense. But the problem is you get people confused and you can't go back and fix all of this stuff. That becomes a real problem. I guess Trump is addressing the post he did that was very controversial about Rob Reiner's death. And a lot of even Republicans were saying come on, dude, this is terrible politics. What are you doing here? Trump addressing that. Let's see what he said. Let's listen to him.
Mr. President, a number of Republicans have denounced your statement on Truth Social after the murder of Rob Reiner. Do you stand by that post?
Well, I wasn't a fan of his at all. He was a deranged person as far as Trump is concerned. He said,
as far as Trump is concerned,
he knew it was false. In fact, it's the exact opposite, that I was a friend of Russia, controlled by Russia. It was the Russia hoax. He was one of the people behind it. I think he hurt himself in career-wise. He
one of the people
became
behind
like a deranged person, Trump derangement syndrome. So I was not a fan of Rob Reiner at all in any way, shape, or form. I thought he was very bad for our country. Yeah.
So here's the problem.
So that was it? That's his response?
This is the problem that I have. We've gone to this place in the dumb political world where everybody's rooted their feet into the sand now. And it's like, hey, this is how this side behaves, so I'm going to behave that way. And after Charlie Kirk died, there were all these people, some openly celebrating, including like teachers and stuff. People who were just like saying, oh, it's okay because here's a top 5 list of the worst things that Charlie Kirk ever said. And people going, oh, I hated him politically, so I'm not shedding a tear over this. And this behavior is becoming more mainstream where like nobody who's like these political people wants to give any ground. So it's like Rob Reiner was brutally murdered by his kid. That doesn't have anything to do with politics, okay? There's nothing about this that should suggest anything to do with politics led to this family being massacred by their crazy, violent son in this house, which is why everybody's against this kind of stuff. Normal people, at least, are against these kind of things. People, when they die, if you could just have like a second of time to go, damn, that sucks. That's brutal that happened to their family. And it does. Nobody's politics or political messages should matter in that moment. For most people, it doesn't.
Especially the president of the United States.
I even
Twice.
saw.
I mean, he's been given the opportunity to rework the words, and instead he just talked about his, hashtag Trump derangement syndrome.
I even saw, I forgot who there was one of the actors that's right wing on and posts a lot of stuff on Twitter and hated like Rob Reiner's politics, was on Fox News, and he's like, Rob Reiner, I loved him because he didn't even care about my politics. He helped me jumpstart my career again. And although we agreed on nothing in the political world, he could put all of that aside. Rob Reiner, also the guy who, after Charlie Kirk died, was like, hey, this is bad. This is wrong. This shouldn't happen. These kind of things are tearing our country apart. So like, it's just dumb. It's just dumb and bad. And everybody should stop acting these terrible ways in public in the political world. And obviously, I include the president in that list. It was gross when people did it with Charlie Kirk. And there was a lot of you weirdos that did that. And it's gross to do it for this case. You don't even need to do the thing where like, I didn't agree with the guy, but I don't want to see anybody get massacred. Just be like, hey, this is bad. And this
nobody
sucks.
should get their throat slit.
Yes.
Or say nothing.
Nobody should get their throat slit. Nobody should be murdered in cold blood in their house by their crazy son. That's just bad. It should be. Well, you know what? I say it should be. It is. It's the easiest thing in the world for like the 80% of Americans who aren't hyper political weirdos who agree that these things are the way I'm saying. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about this woman at the Dollar Tree in Miami and what happened here. A lot of question marks. If you haven't heard this story, it's a weird one. Weird one. I want to talk about that. We'll get to more about Brown University and what's going on there. We'll get to more feedback on the roast. A lot of you have been watching that, thank God, over on thenewsjunkie.com, and much more on a Share the Show Tuesday. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Robert Plant beats a hooker to death with a gator, and it's fine. He's still revered. Dave Grohl has himself a little side ass. All of a sudden, he's the worst guy ever.
Doth thou protest too much?
I have no love children.
Are you sure?
I have no children that love me.
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 1.
Hello! Slowdowns are piling up on I-4. There's congestion near that 408 interchange, delays through that Lake Buena Vista area. No issues on Florida's Turnpike on I-95.
James Woods is who I was thinking of. Let me get the clip of James Woods ready. Weird. What happened? Can you hear me, chat? How long was that muted for? How long was that mute thing on for? Can't deal with this kind of nonsense. When I hit the skull mic button, I want to be activated. Okay, well, we're back. Don't know why that happened. All right, we got a handful of minutes, and we're back live. Forever. It wasn't forever. Inspection stickers equals revenue? Sure. But it's a bunch of useless horse shit, like a lot of the climate change regulations and different things that you set up in the utopian idea of society is actually doing something for the greater good. It was a bunch of dumb shit that people had to go through every year with the idea that we were fixing something. When the car companies come along on their own, as they always have and as they always will, the car technology will be getting better, more efficient, less reliant on gas, more reliant on electric motors, more good for the environment. All of these things happen naturally in the progression of life. Did Creamy not turn the mic on? This was not a mistake on Creamy's part, okay? Creamy, the cameraman, has been doing a good job in his first several days at work. Remember this face. This is the man that moves the camera. He's doing a great job so far. He didn't screw that up. 2.5 minutes and we're back. Just a heads up, I don't think this will be the last time Trump says something dumb. No, Trump is like combat politics to the extreme. He's like Keith Olbermann or one of these other unhinged people who it's just always going to be that response. And the response from some of these people, Trump included, it's like, hey, they do this, why can't we do this? I just think we already have half of the people doing it. The other half of the people doing it isn't making anything better. I don't want anybody doing this shit. Death is bad. Murder is bad.
Our transplant experts are using new technologies like machine perfusion to increase the number of users.
90 seconds and we're back. AI is going to suck the life out of electric and water? I don't know what that means.
We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done.
Did you all know that Denmark has listed the U.S. as a security threat along with Russia and China due to the Greenland comments, tariffs, and Trump's general craziness? Who cares? Denmark is an irrelevant country that has almost no sitting on the world stage, doesn't often accomplish grand feats on the world stage. Okay. They also are the de facto owners of Greenland, which is why they're upset about all this to begin with. Yeah, but even Keith Olbermann didn't talk like Trump does. It's not apples to apples. It's not, because Keith Olbermann is worse. Keith Olbermann is like the one tweeting out, rotten hell, Charlie Kirk, and all these. Keith Olbermann is worse. Yes, he is worse. He's just not the president. He's an unhinged lunatic. All right, we're coming back.
GLP-1 subscriptions FDA approved.
With clear upfront pricing.
And same-day pickup.
That's GoodRx, the no-nonsense way. Save time and money on prescriptions.
Get to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Keep the holiday soundtrack on everywhere.
Frosty the Snowman.
Open the free iHeartRadio app and listen to Magic 107.7, Orlando's Christmas station. On the go, tap the holiday banner or just search holiday. And you'll see customized stations like iHeart Christmas Classics, iHeart Country Christmas, and tons of playlists to set the mood. You've got enough to do. Let us handle the music. Open the free iHeartRadio app now and start listening.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Coming soon.
Let's be honest. They're all on Santa's naughty list. This is the news.
You tell somebody about the News Junkie Radio Show podcast and live stream. Thank you for listening. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for supporting the show. Learn more at thenewsjunkie.com. This is the weirdest story, I think, maybe of the day, possibly of the week, who knows. But there's a big mystery about this woman who went into a Dollar Tree in Miami, and they found the woman dead in the freezer of the Dollar Tree, which is very strange for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
I also didn't know that there would be a freezer section of a Dollar Tree store.
I guess it makes sense. I mean, there's a food section. I don't go there often.
Let's get this out of the way. Dollar Tree no longer means, as of a long time ago, I don't think that everything costs $1, right?
No, it costs a tree of dollars.
It's that more stuff is cheap there, and a lot of it is cheaper than you would expect elsewhere, but
and some
not
great stuff too. I love going there for like random little gifts or gift bags, decorations,
party favors.
Would I go there for
picture frames? I used to go there for picture frames because it was like, I need to spend a lot on a picture frame.
And then, no offense to Dollar Tree or any dollar type store, but I don't know if I'm going to trust like a pregnancy test over there, you know?
They have them?
Yeah, dude.
Tell me they don't have birth control options at the Dollar Tree.
We've talked about this before.
Have we? I still think this is a terrible idea then. I'm sure I could go back and check my take on that one. I double it down here. It's not great. Condoms, maybe. The rest, So this woman goes to the Dollar Tree store in Miami, all right? She looks like a young woman. If this is the person that I'm seeing right here, and they find her dead. This is not her frozen in the Dollar Tree. This is her alive and well. They find her in the freezer section. She's completely naked, from what I heard from some of these reports. And they don't know why the hell she was there or what went down. Let's get some of the information. Local 10 in Miami was covering this. I want to see what they say.
At a local Dollar Tree store. Police say a woman was found dead in a freezer.
A bizarre story. Investigators now racing to find out how she ended up there. Local 10's Roy Ramos is live in Miami with the disturbing details.
All right, this woman was 32 years old, so she's not like some old person on a silver alert that's wandering her way into the Dollar Tree, and she zombie walks into the Dollar Tree and then moves along from there. It's a younger woman here.
And investigators say she wasn't forced in that area. In fact, surveillance cameras show her walking to this area where that freezer is located alone.
By herself.
That's horrifying. A day after a woman was found dead inside a freezer at this Little Havana Dollar Tree, and we watched as Miami police returned to the store Monday to continue their investigation into how and why she ended up there. This as shoppers still confused with what led up to her death.
Makes me think, could that be an accident?
Dude, this is a weird move, just for the record. They're asking this guy who's on the side of the road in Miami, and he's got his hat and sunglasses on, and he's with what appears to be his wife and his 2 kids, little kids. It's Christmas. They're wandering around. Maybe they're doing some Christmas shopping or something in the neighborhood. And the news goes up to him and goes, "Did you hear about the woman who walked naked into the freezer at the Dollar Tree right there?
Whoa, that's crazy.
Died turning into a popsicle overnight." And this guy's like, "Oh, okay. Let the people with the kids go by. You don't want that to be something that enters the kids' minds, I don't think."
Stumble in there.
It was Sunday. Crime scene tape blocked off the entrance of the discount store off Southwest 8th Street and 9th Court after Miami police said the body of 32-year-old Helen Maciel Garay Sanchez was found.
Like she was just a guest shopping at this, not even working there or anything like that. That's really scary.
Garay Sanchez is described in this GoFundMe page as an anesthesiologist originally from Nicaragua.
Really?
Who was a mother of 2 children who sadly lost her life while visiting Miami.
Yeah, the other thing is that's crazy. I guess she was just in town visiting, and they're trying to do a GoFundMe to get enough money to send her body back to where she lived in Nicaragua. They're like trying to get enough money just to send her.
End up in the freezer?
That is the question.
That's
How did she end up there?
wild,
And some of the stories said she was naked in there. Let's see if they mention
Vacation. This is what happened to her. That's horrifying.
Okay, enough of this
a
guy.
naked female in the cooler of the store.
Naked
and then
female.
They corrected it to the freezer. So it said that the workers
At the Dollar Tree, don't recognize her.
Investigators said she was found just after 8 a.m. by an employee at the Dollar Tree, and it appears Garay Sanchez walked into the store by herself Saturday night, didn't make a purchase, but made her way to a restricted employee.
You see these Miami police officers?
Didn't make a purchase, but made her way to a...
Let me see if I can stop this. All right. This is very Miami. Miami police officers, first of all, there's a female officer, which, you see that a lot more these days. The Miami police officer, they have like shorts and
it's very hot in Miami, very humid. Okay,
not this time of year.
Yeah,
right now. Look at this lady has like shorts on.
That's a bike cop.
As part of the police uniform that she has when she's at this place here. This particular woman. When they back up, you see like they're like shorter shorts that they have. Miami cops are a little different, I guess. There she is. So they all went in there to find out what was going on, and they found this woman's body. She's nude. She's in the freezer. They don't know why. It's crazy that any of this happened to begin with. Let's see what else they said.
And the medical examiner still has yet to determine an official cause of death. As for the Dollar Tree right here behind me, well, they've issued a statement that says they are offering their condolences to the victim's family and cooperating with police during this investigation.
All right, let's see, just out of curiosity, let's see if we could find the GoFundMe for this particular family. Her name is Maciel Sanchez, Massiell Sanchez, Sanchez.
I'm getting Garay, Garay.
Are you? Okay, hold on. Here's the GoFundMe right here. Yeah, Garay Sanchez. That might be her middle name or something. Oh, there she is. Helen Garay, maybe that is her name, from Nicaragua. Trying to raise $20,000, 238 donations. They're at $12,736, according to the GoFundMe in front of me. She was just on vacation in Miami. She goes naked into the freezer at a Dollar Tree, wanders in there. No one knows why. No one knows what the hell was going on here. Very, very bizarre story.
Vibes are weird, man.
Something doesn't make sense there. Something doesn't add up, but I don't know.
It's weird that they ruled out foul play, because foul play was like the first thing that I thought of. Like, they said she wasn't forced into the freezer.
No,
they
she just
somehow
walked
know that.
in. Yeah. She just walked in there. That's the strange thing to me about this. All right, let us know what you think. Couple of things real quick before we find out what's coming up in the next episode. This is Mary who emails the show. I think. Let's see. Or Henrietta. Hi, Sean. It was about an hour ago or half hour ago, you talked about return fees on the show. However, the stores are making up their own regulations and fees for services rendered. On the other hand, there's a surprising fee being added when you purchase online before shipping and handling plus taxes, and a new added tax has been added. It's called a tariff tax. This is terrible. I'm in shock that this has been added to a purchase order, they said. I could see a person time after time returning something if you wanted to charge them because they're taking up the merchant's time. Secondly, about the fees they do charge, if you pay your bill with a credit or debit card, most of the major companies are charging fees up to nearly $20. It's extortion. Oh, she's talking about the case of being nickeled and dimed in the United States of America. You get your paycheck digitally. If you want to get cash out, you have fees in some cases using different ATMs. You have fees if you use cards because there's processing fees. You have shipping fees. You have handling fees. You have taxes and sales taxes, and starting to sound like some sort of Dr. Seuss rhyme here at some point. But there's so many different things.
There's taxes on axes and no takesy baxes.
Exactly. It's a lot. It's death by a zillion cuts, which is, I think, what people are kind of tired of. And at the very least, if you're going to cut us a zillion times and bleed all our money out, you can stop telling us that you don't have enough money to provide basic services for people in the United States of America.
I mean, they're going to get a lot of them with those new license plate tag fines.
We have been just completely goosed out of all of our money. And then at the end, they're like, well, we need more. All we need is a little bit more. Okay. Also, thank you to some new Secret Show subscribers jumping on board. Kimbo, Blake C, thank you, Blake. Jennifer G, all of you. And JCD for jumping on board and subscribe to Secret Shows. Learn more about that over on the website. Where's that? It's over on thenewsjunkie.com. Go check it out. when you get a chance and look at the roast event over there. Okay, when we return, we're going to do the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? And some of this might be from yesterday. You better watch out. You better not cry. It doesn't matter because everyone dies and the Grim Reaper is already in town and looking at you, Hollywood. A story has surfaced about how the Grinch almost did not steal Christmas if it wasn't for one Navy SEAL and multiple cigarettes. Plus, Taylor Swift's crew is in their big-ass bonus era because she's rich. Ooh, all that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio.
Hello.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
We're off to another cool start to our day across Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for our Tuesday, do plan on warmer temperatures for this afternoon. Not quite close to where we should be for this time of year, but we'll take it. A high of 72 degrees is on the way for Orlando with a mid.
All right, everybody. Hello, hello, hello.
Throughout the rest of this week.
Still a little warm in here, if I'm honest. What's going on?
Friday, it won't cool us off much temperature-wise, though, because we'll actually
One more.
the upper 70s and low 80s by this weekend. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by
I'm sorry I'm so late.
Orlando.
Please catch me up on everything I missed. Okay. First we did this. Then we did this.
Splash with solutions designed to bring cleaner, safer, and better tasting water into every home. Visit Culligan.com to get started.
Sean gave away a free fancy Christmas tree. Yes, it was a $700 Christmas tree. You missed it. Oh, there we go. Now we are talking. Courtney went to Publix. Courtney's at Publix right now. Just so you know. Just so you know, Courtney's at Publix right now. And she said that she wanted me to print out the thing about the license plate frames. She wants me to print out the new rules on the license plate frames so she could put it in her glove box if she gets pulled over. 2 minutes and we're back. More Rob Reiner info coming in momentarily here. Some interesting stuff. You should have her make a healthy and organic version of your beloved beefaroni. If anybody can do it, she can. She makes stuff like that. She made like adult SpaghettiOs one time, which were bangers. She's made a lot of things like that. She takes a lot of like staples from my childhood and upscales them a couple of times. She's Publix crazy? I would say so. I would say there are a lot of Publix visits. Yes. She should be a Publix spokeswoman? Yeah. Cops love it when you point out the law to them. While true, it is the biggest problem to do with all this dumb license plate cover stuff. License plate frame stuff, if you will. The problem is now, a lot of cops aren't going to get the memo on this, and it's going to leave it up to interpretation, and we have a stupid fake reason for them to pull people over, and then afterwards they'll be like, oh, I don't know, I thought we were allowed to pull people over for that. One minute and we're back live on the show. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Twitch. How's everybody on Twitch doing today? Twitch, we good? Twitch, I think you have won more Chatter of the Day victories than YouTube this year, but I'm not positive about that. We'll see how it shapes up at the end of the year. Maybe we'll keep track next year. All right, here we go. Next episode.
Some people just know you could save money on car insurance. I might need like 30 seconds. I'll wait till when I'm ready. Probably saving a carload of...
Use as directed.
Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
What's in Santa's AirPods on Christmas Day? You guessed it, the news.
All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. So good to have you with us. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. And you learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. We want to make sure you're part of the show all year long. I mean, even around the holidays here. So you can, if you want, reach out to us with an email like tips@thenewsjunkie.com. This is one sent from Peter. And he said, hearing you talk about that poor woman in the freezer made me think of this South Park episode where Cartman freezes himself in order to get a Nintendo Wii. I do not remember that. I do not know if that's close. I just know something weird happened.
It's called Freeze Your Wii for a Wii.
Is that what it was?
No,
that's the Hold Your Wii for a Wii is a whole different thing. But in the radio world, they generally don't want us to do that these days. I don't know. The latest thing is they're more just concerned over the fact that we are human beings. We are real humans here on iHeartRadio, not robots. Seems like kind of a promise. Maybe that means that they're going to, keep up with hiring humans and not go the AI route. If so, iHeart, good on you. Keep that going and keep that stock price going up. Keep that stock price going up. I'll be real happy about things. We got a bunch more clips to get into as the show rolls on. More info on the Rob Reiner situation, Brown University, the whole shebang. It's all on the way in a moment. Right now, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Whoa, 100 inches? Damn.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgageguydawn.com, and the Home Loans Radio Show. If you are looking to refinance, buy your first dream home, maybe it's debt consolidation time, or maybe right after the holidays. Just work with someone who's got your back. He is really smart, guys. Very, very smart, but he's real chill about it. Like 6'7" turns into 8'9" for all the millennials looking into. It's not even millennials. That's how old we are now.
Yeah, probably the Gen Z, Gen Alpha.
Gen Alpha, if you're looking into buying your first dream home.
No, I don't know. That's tough.
Just work with someone who's got your back, and that is That Mortgage Guy Don.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Ready to feel old?
Sure. Not always, but sure.
31 years ago, 1994, this was released in theaters.
Oh, Dumb and Dumber.
Pretty Bird. Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey's hit as Harry and Lloyd. Dune or Dunn?
Done. Harry Dunn.
Dunn and Christmas or Christmas?
Christmas. Yeah.
And here we are, 31 years
Samsonite.
later.
That's what it is.
Was way off.
So you're saying there's a chance.
All right.
And that's the only one.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
Pretty Bird. Petey. Our celebrities are dying too.
Yeah, that's true.
And this one did not meet his evil twin, just Heaven's Gates. We bid adieu to 8-time daytime Emmy winner Anthony Jerry.
Oh, no!
Who has passed away. Beloved by generations of television viewers, including, I believe, Sean's mom at some point. because he played Luke Spencer on General Hospital.
Oh, she might have watched that, yeah.
No, she was Days of Our Lives or All My Children.
I think she was kind of running the gambit on that one. I think she liked multiple of the soaps.
So those were the good old days. So you didn't have to, there was no battle, of soap opera fans.
Not
you didn't
as
have
much.
to stick to one of them.
No, I mean, I think people did have their ones that they liked more than the others. And it depended on how much drama you wanted. Like my mom kind of liked the stuff that was more almost telenovela kind of thing.
It didn't make sense that person died, but all of a sudden they're back. And
he's back because he's the triplet. And you're, oh, okay, wow. Holy cow.
Damn.
Yeah, shocking.
It also helped if you had time during the day, but now he has time forever because he passed away at the age of 78 years old. The death was the result of complications from a scheduled operation 3 days earlier. So double check.
Yikes.
Yes. Weeks before his death, he was seen watching former co-star Jeannie Francis' appearance in Maurice Bernard's State of Mind podcast. Her husband, Jerry's husband, Claudio Gama, posted the video. It really made Tony very happy. He told me those are two lovely people and talented people, great friends, and I miss them. And then he died. So may he rest in peace and join the General Hospital in the sky. Those of us here
They
on
don't
Earth,
need hospitals in the sky.
you don't know that, but they need drama. Maybe soap operas.
Well,
All My Children's
apparently,
Hospital.
All of the drama, apparently, if you're on broadcast television, comes from police, paramedics, or working at a hospital, because that is 80% of the television shows they're cranking out.
Based on my household, it's Married at First Sight.
It's crazy.
It's nonstop, and I don't get it. But here we are back on Earth, and if you are part of this gal's crew, congratulations on that big old bonus.
Oh, Taylor Swift.
Ay, ay, ay. But of course, no one knew about it until you saw the new 6-part series, Taylor Swift, The End of an Era.
Have we heard what the numbers are of these actual bonuses?
So they blurred it out.
Yeah, I saw a TikTok or an Instagram or something of her handing them out, but they did blur the numbers.
They said between something and 150,000 or something.
See, I heard 750,000.
Oh, God.
Which would be insane, but she's also made a lot of money. I mean,
what's crazy is in this world, it doesn't matter that much because people will go, oh, she's got so much more money than that. She should have given them even more. And it's
no,
but if you're getting even a 5-figure bonus.
Great.
Look
I
at
think
all
it's great.
And how awkward it is for all the other bands touring. They're like, hey guys, thanks so much. Here's a t-shirt from
To be clear, I'm not coming down on Taylor Swift. I think this is great. I think she did right by people by giving them these bonuses, which she generated so much money. It's ridiculous on her tour.
$2 billion on that tour.
There's still people who are going to be haters, though, and be like, it wasn't enough. Now, I do take issue.
Here we go.
With the idea that she needed to film herself giving the bonuses to these people to begin with. I don't know that needed to be on camera.
Or, I mean, I don't think it did either.
I think it's
haven't
on this.
Seen this thing.
Isn't
No,
this
it
the
has.
clip? All right, let's see.
Yeah.
You want to watch this? Here we
Yes,
go.
please.
And these people just work so hard, and they're
I'll pump it up. It's a TV.
Please pump.
Every single
Stand by.
person on
Pump
the
up.
crew, I've handwritten them a note. It took me a couple weeks, but it's fun to write the notes. It's fun to think about everybody's lives that they're going to go back to, and the time off they're going to have, and the kids they haven't seen because they've been away for months, and it just making that worthwhile for them is really. It feels like Christmas morning when you finally get to say thank you.
She hand wrote everything, I guess, for all of these people.
And wax sealed every envelope.
Yeah, personalized.
You know you're rich when you have a wax seal.
Not too shabby.
Is that what you want for
I mean, those aren't
Christmas?
very expensive, actually, but just for the record.
But if you actually use it, that's the thing.
No, but I think...
You want a wax seal or no? Both of you.
No.
Okay. No.
I think what you're getting close to, though, is you know
I already got you wax seals.
You're rich when it was probably somebody's job, who then later got this bonus, to procure all of the envelopes, all of the wax, get the seal, and then set up a room for her at some point during the tour for her to be able to to facilitate doing all this.
Filming the docuseries that are not part of her crew that are filming
that's a
her
good
right
question.
there.
Did we get a bonus?
Absolutely not.
I see you handing out shekels there.
As a matter of fact, some people don't get bonuses, but just pure torture. And now we have adults that are getting to the bottom of it. A new HBO original documentary called Music Box, Happy and You Know It.
All right.
Is going to examine why these songs torture adults and the kids can't stop listening, including this one.
That's a banger.
It's the R&B version.
It's almost as catchy as "This Is the Song That Doesn't End."
You say catchy, but it's torturous.
Catchy.
Was that not used to
Well, that's why.
war criminals?
That is why it works as a torture device, because it's that catchy. And even if you stop playing the music for a second, the people would still have "This Is the Song That Doesn't End," just over and over.
So Penny Lane, the award-winning filmmaker, is going to, she's already put this documentary together, debuting Christmas night, which is nice. And it's going to explore the underestimated and wildly popular genre, delving behind the scenes to tell the origin stories of some of the top names in the field, traces the evolution of the prolific business and how advancements in technology and AI are reshaping and turbocharging this genre.
Okay.
So they're going to examine Baby Shark, Happy If You Know It, all the people that have made stupid money, like Casper Baby Pants.
Casper Baby Pants.
I don't know that one.
He's made a bunch of money. Now, there is another person who's made a bunch of money, and we spoke to him. It's Chris Ballou from Presidents of the United States.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah, the guy from,
and he went from
Peaches and what was the other big song? The President of the United States of America. Lump. She's Lump.
That was
She's
very
that guy.
close.
Yeah.
And see why they're so rich, because kids love their music. Very exciting. And this almost was heartbreak for a lot of us, at least for my mother, every single year when we watched this movie. But according to a new story, or at least resurface for some, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the adaptation with Jim Carrey, almost didn't happen.
Oh, well. Probably would have been better. You could have canned that one, you know?
You don't like the Jim
Oh
Carrey
my
Grinch?
God, I love it. It's my favorite.
The regular Grinch animated short one, nice little thing and a nice little package, good to go. All these Dr. Seuss movies suck because Dr. Seuss didn't write novels. Dr. Seuss wrote short-form books, and trying to turn them into a long-form piece of content like a movie is impossible. And then you just get this piece of junk that they put out there.
Like a Grinch.
Have you ever talked to all those people that love the Cat in the Hat movie?
Well, the Cat in the
Those
Hat.
are two different movies.
Cat in the Hat was so bad that it made Dr. Seuss's widow rethink saying yes to Dr. Seuss movies.
Did you think the Jim Carrey Grinch one was any better?
I think it's fine.
I love the Grinch. I loved it.
So bad.
And it's 25 years old. And the story's now coming out that it all nearly collapsed after Jim Carrey threatened to quit and pay back the entire $20 million he was paid for the role. And what happened next? Almost too good to believe. So there was...
Was it because he had to do 4 hours of makeup every day or something crazy like that?
Well, 8 hours to be exact, to get into the costume with the hair, the yak hair to be exact, extremely itchy. You could not scratch the itch because he had 10-inch long fingers, ladies, and he wore green contact lenses for the role that were extremely painful. He started to have panic attacks. And there was one person who said, I would see him lying on the floor in between setups with a brown paper bag, literally on the floor. He was miserable. After the first day of hair and makeup, Carrey threatened to quit, told filmmakers that he would repay what he was paid, including interest. And that's when film producer Brian Grazer called in the big guns, that being Richard Marcinko, a former Navy SEAL who trained CIA officers and special op members how to endure torture. So he taught Carrie a number of tricks he could try to ward off panic attacks, many of which are a bit unconventional, but write this down if you need it. A litany of things, like punch myself in the leg as hard as I can. Have a friend that I trust, punch him in the arm. Eat everything in sight. Changing patterns in the room. If there's a TV on when you start to spiral, turn it off and turn on the radio. To the news junkie. Smoke cigarettes as much as possible was another one from Navy
Got
SEAL.
yourself a challenge. All right.
There are pictures of Jim Carrey as the Grinch sitting in the director's chair, chain smoking cigarettes in order to get out of the panic and give us the masterpiece, according to just me, of how the Grinch stole Christmas. On the boob tube, unless you're watching that movie, we've got the 28th season finale of The Voice on NBC. Watch what happens live with Noah Schnapp from Stranger Things. 6th season premiere of My Next Guest Needs No Introduction with David Letterman. And you can catch Will Arnett on Kimmel. Follow your dreams on me on Instagram at Sabrina Amber. Most importantly, stay with me. America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. You can join us on the show as always. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Do that over at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll work some of those in when we return here on the show. Also, you can, if you want to be anonymous, all you have to do is put that right on top of the email. It's super easy for you to do. Just put anonymous on top so it catches my attention, and bam, I'll keep my mouth shut about your name and your job and all of that stuff. A young kid in a museum causes chaos. Wait till you hear what he did. My God, that's on the way. More details about Nick Reiner's odd behavior at that party right before he killed Rob Reiner and his mother. What happened? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Tampa Bay Bucks are on the road to play the Carolina Panthers. Coverage starts at noon this Sunday on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app. Presented by First Horizon Bank and Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash.
Hello! School mic, activate. How we doing? Anybody already on Christmas vacation? Any lucky early entries into the world of Christmas vacation where you're already off on break? Must be nice. Oh, now it feels so much better in here.
All for under $20. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find.
So new Rob Reiner murder details coming up. Pretty crazy stuff. My goodness, we sure are in for an exciting rest of the show. Well, sir, aren't you always? Or are you being sarcastic right now? Mr. Predicto, is Kevin in chat being sarcastic? Let's see.
It has been determined so.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Ban incoming. I may go on a Christmas ban attack and just cross-platform bans. Thursday is my last day until next year. Good for you. By default, yes, since I'm retired, double good for you. I've been off for the past 4 weeks. I had knee surgery. Won't go back until January. Nice. Sorry about your knee. I hope that's feeling better. Kevin! By the way, folks, not only is our annual awards show on the stream on Friday, which will be a fun time, but Friday is allegedly when the Epstein files are scheduled to be released. And not just like that weird one where they censored the faces of the Hawaiian tropic models. What the hell was that? What was that? It was what a weirdo move. Take a picture of Trump and Hawaiian tropic models and then across all these media outlets, they just take it and they've censored out the faces of the Hawaiian tropic models. Weird.
Fresh from Florida, trust is grown here. This holiday season, make your gift say more than words ever could with the brilliant gift of diamonds. A dazzling
Flock AI cameras are coming to Florida. I mean, I've heard that most law enforcement agencies are engaging with at least some form of AI, even in smaller towns. Even smaller police departments are using something. Fake news at its finest? Maybe. It's just so weird, man. It's so weird for people who like blatantly misdirect or lie. And I hate it on one level because I go, well, people are going to discover that they've been lied to, and then the place that does it will be discredited. But there's just far too many people lined up waiting to see something, even if it's not true. That's kind of frustrating. Flock cameras have been in my neighborhood for a few years. Abraham says, what's a flock camera? A flock camera is when they secure cameras to at least some form of bird in your neighborhood, whether it's like sometimes they'll use egrets and they put little small cameras on them, or in tropical areas they'll use parrots, or you might in a city get like pigeons, and then they fly around with security cameras and they use AI. 2 minutes and we're back with these new Rob Reiner details. People still think he said good people on both sides because people are suckers. And they're blinded by their hate in many of these situations. Peepin' Poultry. It's a good name for it. The pigeons are spies for the CIA. I mean, it's inevitable, right? We're going to get spied on. We also have an Anna Kepner cruise murder mystery update coming up. That's on the way. We know that birds are fake and they belong to the government spying on them. Big if true. I want to see what the birds aren't real guy is going to segue into next. Because eventually you kind of hit the wall, hit the end of the birds aren't real thing, and you go, now what do I do? Do I go on to another conspiracy? What's next? By the way, I saw somebody earlier saying, like, hey, Howard Stern signed for 3 more years. Wait until you see the details about that deal. Wait until you see the details about that deal. Wait until you see it. Hey, Sharkbait, how are you? All right, here we go, folks. We're coming back right now.
Store. For new single-line customers who activate on a BYO device on the Total 5G Unlimited plan. Requires auto-pay enrollment to receive the full discount, which applies the month after enrollment. Available online and in Total Wireless retail stores. Requires a compatible unlock device and SIM. Check compatibility at TotalWireless.com.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station guaranteed human. Happy holidays from Sean, Sabrina, and C-Lane. This is the new.
Share the show Tuesday of 2025. We got a couple days left, 3 days left after today to round out the week and then the year for the show. And then, we'll be back in 2026. Big news, big announcement, fireworks. Who knows what's going to happen next year on the show? That's the beauty of it all, isn't it? Before we get to your feedback, your dispatches, and your emails, some updates. The more I learn about this Rob Reiner murder story, the more I know about how weird and terrible of a kid this Nick Reiner was, the son who allegedly murdered Rob Reiner and his wife. And the guy killed his dad and mom and slit their throats, apparently, according to a lot of these stories. It goes back so far. Like I told you earlier, Rob Reiner, no matter what you think of this guy, he tried so hard with his son. He tried and he tried and he tried and he tried. When Rob Reiner's son, Nick Reiner, was just 14 years old, he was angry because he hadn't yet had sex. I'm not sure if you've heard this story before. Nick Reiner was upset. He said, I haven't gotten laid. Some of my friends have gotten laid, and I haven't gotten laid. At 14 years old, okay? And Nick Reiner goes into his parents' room and steals several $100s in cash from Rob Reiner and his mom, who would eventually end up killing down the road. He stole several $100s from them. And he went out and bought a prostitute and had sex, lost his virginity to a prostitute with money that he stole from Rob Reiner and his mother, Michelle. And that's the way this kid lost his virginity at 14 years old. Like, this is the type of person he was from a pretty young age. I mean, there's lots of questions there, also about the prostitute engaging in sex with a 14-year-old. But, it's been a while now. Statute of limitations, I'm sure, has expired, I would think. But he said he just went on Craigslist, and he was 14, and he stole money from his parents and spent the money so he could finally have sex and lose his virginity at 14 years old. That's the kind of kid that he was. And the other details that are coming out are, a lot of them are about the party.
Prostitute? I mean,
they're there.
Yeah, I guess it look.
Isn't that what?
I guess so.
Anthony Kiedis.
Yeah,
his story.
Yeah, I think Anthony Kiedis' dad got him a prostitute or something. Blackie, right? I think his
I don't
dad
remember
got
the name.
No, Blackie's Anthony Kiedis' dad.
Oh, I thought that was the name of the prostitute.
Yep, same. And I'm like, bye.
You think I was calling out the race of the prostitute that he got?
No, the name. Were you not calling out the race of his dad?
What year is it? Did I call the prostitute a Blackie? You think? No, it's just, I'm almost positive. Now you guys are messing with me. I'm almost positive his father's name was Blackie, and he bought him a prostitute when he was young. Same kind of thing. It's just like weirdo stuff. But in Rob Reiner's case, he wasn't trying to do that. Rob Reiner was like trying to raise a normal kid, I guess. The other details coming out.
And this kid said, nope,
I'm not doing it.
Not going to do it.
This is from Newser. It says, details emerge on Nick Reiner's odd behavior at the party before the murder of his family. Guests reported troubling behavior and said parents voiced concern over his health. Nick Reiner's behavior at a Saturday night holiday party reportedly unsettled guests just hours before his parents, filmmaker Rob Reiner and Michelle Singer Reiner, were found dead in their Los Angeles home. Two people familiar with the gathering hosted by Conan O'Brien tell NBC News that 32-year-old Nick Reiner was disruptive at the party. He left some attendees uneasy. One source said Rob and Michelle Reiner appeared embarrassed by their son's conduct and voiced concern about his health that night. Sources also tell the Rolling Stone the couple asked if they could bring their son along because they were worried about him and wanted to keep an eye on him at the time. So, this is how much he was trying with his son, who is now very much a grown-ass adult, who needed to get his S together and quit being an absolute mess. But he's still trying to say, I want to bring my kid along with me so that I can keep an eye on him and make sure he's okay. Sources tell TMZ Nick Reiner seemed out of place at the formal party, which he attended wearing a hoodie. This was just right before the murders. The sources say Nick Reiner was acting antisocial, staring at guests in a strange way. They said his behavior was creepy. At one point, according to one account, he interrupted a discussion involving comedian Bill Hader. When Hader indicated it was a private conversation, Reiner's son allegedly froze, stared, and then stormed off. Nick was freaking everybody out, acting crazy, kept asking people if they were famous. I'm pretty sure everybody at Conan O'Brien's holiday party is probably famous.
Isn't Conan O'Brien's Christmas party kind of like legendary?
Yeah,
like,
I think
they
this
would
is
joke
like,
about, oh, you got invited to Conan's? I didn't get invited to Conan's.
I think this is like the biggest names in Hollywood that you could think of. Representatives for O'Brien and Hader have not commented. One source says Nick Reiner was living with his parents on and off in the home where they were found dead. They also said he had a history of violence. Friends were also aware of the family's long-running struggles with Nick's addiction. He had spoken publicly about entering rehab as a teenager, later collaborated with his father on the 2015 film Being Charlie, loosely based on his experience with substance abuse and treatment. And they said they tried everything with this kid. He's been booked on suspicion of murder, being held without bail, charges forthcoming. They're going to be charging him pretty soon here, and then they'll give us probably more details on what this looked like. But there's some crazy new info out there. You know, the idea that what's his name? Was Billy Crystal was on the scene before any of the cops were, and apparently saw the dead bodies of Rob Reiner and his wife because they called him. We know that the assistant was on the scene right away and saying, how can I help you out here? We know that, all this stuff happened at the party the night before. We know that the Obamas were going to be there at the Reiner's household, but I guess last minute ended up not going, and they could have been at this place where this attack went down. It's all pretty crazy, actually. So we'll watch for more details as they come in, of course, on that viral story. Meanwhile, a child brought into a museum in China. And Celine, I wonder how you'll handle Jackson when eventually he wants to go to adult places with you, like perhaps the museum. Because this little kid, he goes into this museum in China. Watch this. For those of you watching on YouTube and Twitch, I'll describe it for everybody else. It's up on See It Now, too. All right, the kids go in, and they're looking at this crown. This crown is on display inside this museum, a very, very valuable art piece. And these young kids come up, their parents not paying any attention in the background, and they're leaning up against the display. One of them tries to take a picture. Knocks the whole thing over, and on the ground, this dumbass little kid.
I'm sorry.
No supervision.
That's real.
Why was that so easy to knock over?
It was pretty easy. You're not lying. I mean,
and I was expecting a toddler, but that is, he's almost as tall as his own dad.
It did seem like that was a little bit easy to knock off the pedestal that it's sitting on, but this is for real. It was created by an artist named Zhang Kai and her husband. According to a jewelry specialist, it's worth about $57,000, and they caused the crown, the 2-kilogram golden crown, to fall and sustain damage. They're looking at it right now. You got to be careful with this stuff. So there you go. The other thing I mentioned earlier, that on Fox, you had people, including some Republican celebrities, there aren't many of those, but Republican celebrities who were backing up Rob Reiner and saying people saying bad things about him, including the president shouldn't be doing this. The person I was talking about was actor James Woods. Okay. And James Woods, yeah. He's very much right of center. Rob Reiner, very much left of center. But I love it. I love it because they were evidence that there was a better time. And it was only like 15 years ago, everybody. And these very political people don't want us to remember this time where people could disagree about things and be friends and be fine. Rob Reiner very, very much disagreed with James Woods on politics. But he also reinvigorated his career and hired him, right? Even though they just completely disagreed on this stuff. He also, as I said, stepped out after Charlie Kirk was assassinated and was like, hey, this is absolutely horrendous. This is bad. Cool. This stuff shouldn't happen. So that to me is a good sign. And I guess James Woods was fighting back against some of this criticism post-murder on Fox News. Let's listen to it.
The family? Did you have any idea that this would come at the hands of the son? No, I did not. No, that was not. I didn't know the children very well, except Tracy, because I'd also done a movie with Penny. So Tracy was around a lot, and I knew them through work, and you learn everything you need to know about people when you're working on a movie. It was.
This is James Woods.
It was an extraordinary experience on that movie. I worked with Rob and Whoopi. Whoopi and I were Whoopi Goldberg. Played Murray Evers.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a different Whoopi.
I could have been another one.
Whoopi Smith. Very famous back in the day.
And again, Whoopi Goldberg. They couldn't be more diametrically opposed politically, but everybody got together and did a movie together because most people are still normal like this.
We got along so well, and people are always shocked when I speak well of Whoopi Goldberg. But I love Whoopi, and I love the way she treated me on the movie. And, it was a very happy experience and a very powerful one. And Rob's dedication to telling the story.
He's getting choked up.
Edgar's assassination. And the way, in particular, Rob spoke, and you mentioned this, it was mentioned on Laura Ingram's show, about how Rob talked when Charlie Kirk was assassinated.
They said he was crying. I don't know if he's crying yet. I think he just kind of sounds like he's choked up a little bit. And he's obviously very, very upset about this.
Do you think that whoever, what's the guy's name that's interviewing? Whose show is it?
He's on Fox.
I see this guy all the time, but I forget his name.
Yeah, I don't know if
he's
this
upset,
is the 5.
Upset that he's not saying something more controversial or backing up Trump?
I don't know. I don't know what he wanted. Maybe I don't know if they knew that he was going to say James was going to defend Rob Reiner afterwards. Let's see how they engage. I think it's Jesse Kelly, maybe.
I knew Charlie Kirk. I supported him. I'd seen him last year, just before Christmas, and to know that he had been assassinated was so devastating. People said such horrible things, and Rob did not. And when people say horrible things about Rob right now, I find it, quite frankly, infuriating and distasteful. Did I agree with his politics? I did not. Did I love him as a friend, as an artist, as an icon of Hollywood, and as a patriot? I most certainly did. And I am just absolutely devastated by this terrible event, especially for his family.
All right, there you go. There you see where he's going there. He was saying he doesn't like that people are coming after him about politics when the guy was murdered, which is a very normal take, I think. I think it's just something that just absolutely makes sense to me. So that's what we've got on the latest for the Rob Reiner front. We'll take your feedback on this. I want to give you the updates about Brown University because that's been kind of just infuriating to watch the response to this whole thing. Somebody sent along, I guess, in Mexico City, they were having a debate when things spiraled out of control. I haven't seen this yet. Let's watch it together. Here we go. All right. And get rid of the music here. All right. There's one person over a podium. And they're all like elbowing each other.
Ladies.
There's only one guy surrounded by these women. Oh, no, he's fighting back now. They're pulling each other's hair.
Forehead.
Yeah. I think he's trying to get the one lady's grip from the hair of the other lady.
Well, see if you can find something about Mexico City and why they're fighting, because it's all women. It's all women behind this guy, and he's in the middle of it, and they're pulling each other's hair and attacking each other.
So lawmakers fight
prompted this. Yeah. Look up Mexican lawmaker fight, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I'll put this up on See It Now. I'm grabbing a screenshot right now so we can pop this up on the website. Pretty intense back and forth, whatever.
It says women lawmakers of rival parties jostling for position at a podium in front of the chamber. The scene took place during a debate over reforms to Mexico City's Transparency Oversight Agency. Sounds like I know exactly what that does. So they don't have like
allocated time for everybody. They kind of just have to line up. Like if you want to be by the barricades for a concert.
I do want to tell you, this is the opposite of what I was talking about just moments ago, where we are supposed to get along with each other despite our politics, et cetera, et cetera. This is the very, very opposite of that. But I'm putting it up for you right now over on See It Now on thenewsjunkie.com.
Members of the right-leaning National Action Party, or PAN, were protesting conduct by the left-leaning Moreno Party, which is the controlling power. Upon representatives were holding their position at the podium as members of the Moreno Party tried to remove them, leading to the scuffle.
They're all pulling each other's hair. It's a mess over here. Ladies, come on! Get on board with the message. We're allowed to disagree with each other. We shouldn't be pulling each other's hair. Go take a look at it over on See It Now on thenewsjunkie.com. They're all battling each other like crazy, man. Cats and dogs. More cats. When we come back, we'll get to updates. On the way, I've got another update on the Anna Kepner cruise murder mystery story, believe it or not. Erika Kirk met with Candace Owens. I'm sure that was fantastic. We'll look into it. And Ozempic for your fat cat? What the hell? Ow. All of that coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Anyway, nobody cares. But it's for your memory, right? Like, because I worry about that.
I love the irony that you can't remember what you got for your memory. That's pretty good.
that is so true. I can't remember the name of it. Oh, it drives me nuts.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real radio 104.1.
Most of the major roadways are pretty mellow, although on I-4 there's a crash causing some stop-and-go traffic westbound approaching Florida's Turnpike. 2 left lanes are blocked. Traffic's backed up from John Young Parkway. If you have a chance to hop on the express lanes, you can avoid those delays. Just look out for emergency crews.
Let's go, Mike. Hang tight, folks. Chumba! Chumba!
Hey, if you got a guy that you're thinking about trying to buy something for Christmas, and you just
some breaking news.
Ladies, maybe you're looking for the perfect gift to make.
According to NBC, everybody, Nick Reiner has not been medically cleared to appear in court, according to his attorney. He has not been medically cleared to appear in court. Any guesses on why that is, chat? Any guesses why Nick Reiner might not be medically cleared?
Above all others. Haircuts, beard facials, beard care facials, manicures.
Let's see what your guesses are. He's alleged to have killed his father and mother, Rob Reiner, and his wife. Why do you think he hasn't been medically cleared to appear in court? Suicide attempt. Very good guess. Overdose. Because he's mentally unstable. Another good guess. Double A Hizzle. Double A Hizzle, excellent work. What's very likely happening is he is a drug addict that is withdrawing right now. And when you are seriously addicted to drugs, 24, 48 hours away from drugs, you will be physically incredibly sick. And that's likely what's going on. Incarceration is being used to clear his system of the drugs that had him so addicted. Hello? Hey. What can I do for you? You? How was Publix? She wasn't at Publix earlier, what I told you. She wasn't at Publix. I guess she was out on a run. She's going to Publix now. Yes. Sean, did you see the Long Island story? It's very similar. Killed his parents in their Long Island deli a week prior. No, I didn't see that actually. No. Slur slide watch? Probably being put through a medical detox. Do we know he was a drug addict? That's not an excuse. Yeah, I mean, it's very publicly known that he struggled with drug addiction. It was one of the major contributing factors to a lot of his violent behavior.
Grip it and rip it. Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win.
2 minutes and we're back on the show. Creamy, how you doing? You good, Creamy? I didn't want to say anything, but Creamy's eyes are like shockingly close together. Are they not? And that man's eyes are like a millimeter apart. Like, Just get the job done and we'll be fine. The other guy was in a chair, for God's sake. So.
Heart, kidney, and lung transplants. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Speaking of the insanity defense, he's now talking to some non-existent person outside of the studio and muting the mic. This guy is crazy. Do not attempt to gaslight me into thinking that I am in the middle of some mental lapse. I am very connected. I know exactly what's going on. I have a firm grip on reality. I might have a brain tumor, but other than that, things are going okay. Love Creamy's face. God, if I had $1 for every time I've heard that. Are we sure Creamy has a clean background? There was no background check done. He looks like a respectable gentleman. I'm just going to assume that he's crime-free, which is the way to be. Just Sean being Sean? What does that even mean? Gaslighting isn't real, you're effing crazy? Nice try, pal. Nice try, buddy.
Hey everybody, it's Chuck and Josh from the Stuff You Should Know podcast, and it's that.
Vote.com.
Lenovo.
Hey everybody, it's Chuck and Josh from the Stuff You Should Know podcast, and it's that time of year again when we knuckle down to do our annual holiday episodes.
We collected our best past classic holiday episodes and compiled them into a 12 Days of Christmas Toys playlist that the whole family can enjoy.
That's right, maybe you missed it the first time we detailed the history of Beanie Babies, Monopoly, or yo-yos, and a whole lot more.
So open your free iHeartRadio app, search Stuff You Should Know, and listen now.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure.
Turbo Man, Tickle Me Elmo, and this year's #1 gift, the news.
Or go get it for yourself. Just have some fun and get some laughs in the holiday season. If you're looking for something to watch, beam it to the TV, baby, over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, lots of stuff to get into here momentarily. It's a crazy, crazy day out there, so we'll get to all the coverage that we need to. But first, good idea or bad idea, everybody?
Good idea or bad idea?
Feel free to weigh in on whether or not you think this was a good idea or a bad idea. I'm not saying I'm a genius. I'm not saying I'm a psychic, but I can predict where this is going to go in terms of whether or not you're going to say this is a good idea or a bad idea. So let's get into it. Here we go. We know there was this terrible terrorist attack, ISIS-inspired terrorist attack that went down in Australia. This father-son duo of radical losers from Pakistan who decided in the name of their religion to enact violence on people for the sole crime of being Jews on a beach. And as they did this, there were many different people who responded, including a guy who's been deemed a hero. He even had the Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, visit him in the hospital. This is the guy who stopped one of the attackers. He may end up losing his arm. He's injured in the hospital in a bed.
Inspiring.
This guy, the Prime Minister is calling him inspiring. What a great story. Saved countless lives.
This has got to be like the most popular dude in the hospital right now.
Was the guy who you saw tackle the dude?
This is the guy, yeah. This is the guy who came behind the gunman, grabbed him from behind, and he took one of the gunman's gun away.
The dad,
when he did that, when he did that, the other one shot him twice. So he may even lose his arm.
Wow.
This guy is a hero. Not questioning whether that is a good idea or a bad idea. But there are some other people who were involved in this beach terror attack on Bondi Beach in Australia, and they're taking to crowdfunding in their moment of loss. which, I'm not against specifically. I'm not against that specifically for any reason. If you lose somebody or if problems come up, I think sometimes using a GoFundMe is okay. For instance, whatever happened to this woman in Miami who wandered into the Dollar Tree freezer and took off her clothes and froze naked and died, the family in Nicaragua, where she was, in town from, the family wanted to raise some funds to fly her body back to Nicaragua. Totally fine and respectable thing to do. Many people lost things in this tragic, unnecessary religious attack in Australia. So it's okay if they want to take to raising funds. Now, here's where the good idea or bad idea part comes in. One particular woman is taking some heat because she started a GoFundMe of her own. Problem being, this particular woman started a GoFundMe for her item that she lost during the attack in Australia. This particular woman is asking strangers for $500 to replace her stolen handbag, which was lost in the chaos of the Bondi beach attack. And this woman said,
single mom.
Everybody was terrorized and victimized here. I among them. And I now want to raise $500 because I have to replace my IDs and my mobile phone, and my purse was stolen. So I want to do a little crowdfunding here.
It's a stretch.
So, good idea or a bad idea in your estimation?
It's a bad idea.
All right, I thought that might be the outcome.
It's the dumb one on her part. But would I be surprised if someone donated? No.
I'm trying to see if I can find the actual.
I thought for sure it'd be a GoFundMe because that footage of the guy who took down the, one of the assailants.
Oh, that guy's a hero. Yeah.
Did you see the guy right afterwards that just threw a shoe at the guy?
No, they were doing whatever they could,
He just threw a shoe at him, and I thought that was going to be the GoFundMe to help.
No, get his
shoe back. Just one shoe.
Not yet. But if that guy was at least trying to attack somebody back, throw the shoe and stop the shooters, that's at least something. I could be on the page with that a little bit more than I could be somebody who wants $500 for their ID, their handbag, their purse stolen, et cetera, et cetera. But join in on the action here on the show. Tell us if you think that's a good idea or a bad idea over on the newsjunkie.com. Okay. Yesterday, I talked a little bit about how Erika Kirk, the widow, I should say, of Charlie Kirk, decided that she was going to do a secret closed-door meeting with Candace Owens, which, if I was giving any advice to Erika Kirk, I would say this is a very stupid idea. You should immediately cut off all contact with this human being, and you should never interact with her or give her any more of a platform that she already has, because she's engaging in conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory to incredibly dumb people online who are susceptible to this because their brains are broken in many cases. And I hope I'm not speaking about you here. But she had a private meeting with her, and they ended up talking about this, both of them, a little bit afterwards. And as I imagine, there was here's Candace Owens. Erika and I had an extremely productive 4.5-hour meeting.
Jesus.
Good God.
Any commercial breaks?
4.5 hours. It was just a private meeting.
Why would you want to talk to Candace Owens for a half an hour, let alone 4.5 hours?
Either of them would be.
Jesus.
There's a lot going on here.
Wow. I think we both feel this meeting should have taken place a lot earlier than it did. We agreed much more than I anticipated, Candace Owens said. Of course, we also disagreed on various points and people as well. More importantly, we were able to share intel and clarify intent. I will, of course, have a full rundown for you all. Oh, yay, the rundown. The rundown's coming in. And they said, I wanted you guys to know absolutely nothing was held back, and the immediate result was that tensions were thawed. I'll tell you, I bet $1 billion on this. I know exactly what's going to happen here, okay? I will be the most clairvoyant of all clairvoyants. Even Erika Kirk released her message. She was like, okay, everything's fine. We're moving on. This will last about a week, okay? And then Candace Owens will keep doing all of the things that she's doing. She will insinuate that Erika Kirk and that TP USA or whatever, the group that Charlie Kirk has founded and left behind in Erika Kirk's hands, were behind his murder, and that it wasn't really the person who shot him with the rifle. And then all of these dumb things that dumb people are gobbling up on her YouTube channel. She will not stop this. This is the type of person that she is. It will not stop. They met for 4.5 hours, and it will all be for naught. These grifters are going to keep grifting. I just, all I can say is try not to give these people more attention than they would actually get otherwise. But watch and see how long it lasts before all of a sudden they're like, I'm never talking to that person again, because it will end up in that place eventually. So there's what happened behind the scenes there. We'll keep an eye on that as well. Let's go to a couple of dispatches very quickly before we get geared up for jury duty. Here's Big Bad Beard talking about the Grinch. I hope he's not in support of that Jim Carrey Grinch movie like you guys were. Jesus. That was a low point during the show. The idea that you guys like that Grinch movie with Jim Carrey. It's the worst. Do you at least agree it's the worst Jim Carrey related movie?
No.
What is worse that Jim Carrey was in than the Grinch movie? I don't think anything was worse than that. Even Cable Guy was better than the Grinch movie.
I like Cable Guy.
Cable Guy was okay. It was interesting in a kind of a strange way. The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, even Ace Ventura 2.
He was in those Sonic the Hedgehog movies.
Those were good if you know what you're expecting. They weren't good, classically speaking, in terms of productions, but they were like a fun little movie. And let's see what Big Bad Beard says.
Good morning, afternoon, junkies.
Hey.
Morning, geez. Talk about
afternoon
Dr. Seuss stuff and the old Cat in the Hat movie. So I just heard on another show on this station recently.
You're allowed to listen.
That the Michael Myers lost some sort of bet or something, and as part of the repayment for that bet or something like that, he had to do the role for whoever was making that movie.
I don't know if it was a bet. I thought it was a court case. I thought Michael Myers or Mike
Myers. Stop calling him Michael.
That's his
nobody
name.
Nobody calls him Michael, because you say Michael Myers, one thing comes to mind.
Why am I supposed to change my name?
He's the one who sucks.
No, Mike
He's the
Myers.
one who kills everybody.
Mike Myers of SNL fame, right? This is what I'm talking about. I think that he was in a court case. We could look this up, Sela, and see if you can find the stories to fact check me here. I think that he was involved in a court case, and they, as a result of the settlement, that he agreed to play the Cat in the Hat in that movie, I believe is what happened. But let's see what else he says.
And he hated it. He didn't want to do it. He said he would have never done it, but he was forced into doing it because he owed him a favor or money or something. I'm not sure. But that's the whole reason he agreed to do that movie. And let me tell you, that movie sucked. It was horrible.
Yes.
But,
finally.
The Grinch is good, man. Stop being a Grinch, Sean. Jeez.
You're wrong about that one. No, people are going to get confused when they hear your words, Big Bad Beard. I agree the Grinch is good. The Grinch is genius. Very quickly, I'll tell you why. In the entire world of all things Christmas, almost everything was positive, beautiful, snowy, smiles, families having a good time. All of the merch, we're talking billions of dollars in merch, was all positive, snowy, fun, good time Christmas stuff. And then the Grinch came along. It was like, ooh,
something
now
I can relate to.
We can have something where there's like the fun, edgy, anti-Christmas side. And you can have the Grinch merch and shirts and stuff. And a whole different side of this opened up because of the Grinch. That's great. That's genius. Okay? Fantastic. The original Grinch animated movie, short, it's not very long, is quite good. And it's a classic, and I like it, and I appreciate it. All right? I'm saying the reboots and all these more recent in the last quarter century attempts at taking very short form books from Dr. Seuss and turning them into an entire movie have been an abomination. They have
You're
been
lumping like
bad.
Cat in the Hat with How the Grinch Stole Christmas from 2000.
I think they're both as
classic.
bad.
I think you're alone, man. I mean,
I don't know.
Well, love that film.
Let's see.
Me.
Let's see what Cat in the Hat. What's the Rotten Tomatoes on?
I've never seen that.
It says Myers was obligated to appear in the film as a result of a settlement related to the cancellation of a film he was supposed to do called Sprockets, which was a film adaptation of another Saturday Night Live sketch that he did.
Okay.
But
that's so weird. Like, he didn't even want to do this movie, but he had to make good on a court decision, I guess. This isn't the right one. This is because they've done The Grinch so many different times.
The Grinch.
Which one is it? The Jim Carrey one is this one this is coming up, right? No, it's now in theaters again. This is it right here. The Grinch, How the Grinch Stole Christmas from 2000. That's the Jim Carrey one, right?
I believe so. Yes.
50% from critics, 59% from reviewers.
What is
250,000?
What does the Cat in the Hat one say?
Oh, that one's got to be way worse. I got it here. Oh, 10. Wow, look at the discrepancy. 10% from reviewers for the Cat in the Hat with Michael Myers, aka Mike Myers, and 58% from the audience. 10% from reviewers, 58% from the audience. I think both of them were absolute rubbish. For once, I seem to side with the reviewers, who I otherwise want to see thrown up on the wall. But here we go. Well, you know, hold on. We got to take a break. We got to take a break. When we come back, I got a couple emails to get into. Some people have some updates on things we talked about. We got cats given Ozempic here with some sort of medical breakthrough for animals. Our animals are going to be on Ozempic next year, I guess. We got jury duty. We got much more as we roll on a Share the Show Tuesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Allstate. The third annual NBA Cup tournament, it'll wrap up tonight with the Knicks taking on the Spurs for the championship.
Hello. Just in, breaking news. Breaking news. Creamy, pay attention. Breaking news. Trump says he will address the nation tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. About what? Right? About what? What's this announcement going to be about? Addressing the nation tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Or 9 p.m., did I say? 9 p.m. tomorrow. EST. Jury duty coming up next. Then, just like that, we rocket into the power hour, the final hour of the stream. Breaking news. Nick Reiner has retained his defense counsel to defend himself against the pending murder charges for killing Rob Reiner and also Nick Reiner's mother. He killed his mother and father. Famed attorney Alan Jackson has appeared in court and has been retained as Nick Reiner's defense counsel. A criminal case has not been filed per Jackson. There will be no hearing today. Alan Jackson, not of the Hoochie Coochie fame, just of general attorney fame. 2 minutes and we're back. Would you give a drug like Ozempic to your pet? If you had a big fat cat, big fat pussy, and this thing is just way overweight, big fat belly on it, would you put your animal on Ozempic? That's a question you have to ask yourself. You're saying, no, my fat cat in the hat needs that. Some people are going to be trying this. Ozempic for pets is in the pipeline right now. Hell no? No, I just don't feed them as much? Well, how many of you actually have big fat cats? That's the question. Because you might be like, no, I would never do that. Well, I would never do that, but I would never have a big fat cat. Because I hate to be the one with the fun sucker take, but when you have a big fat cat, it's not good for the cat's health, and you're abusing the animal by overfeeding it. It's not cute. Okay? 90 seconds and we're back. Every one of us on planet Earth are going to be on Ozempic. The squirrels, the birds. Actually, it'll all have to be something that's in contact with humans, because as you might have noticed, there aren't many instances of fat animals in the wild. Animals naturally do not get fat unless they're surrounded by humans or fed by humans. Then they get fat like humans do. On their own, they would never need that. All right, here we go. Coming back. Cheese balls, yeah. You gotta cut down those cheese balls.
Ooh, then she found good RX. Now she's in the know.
GLP-1 subscriptions FDA approved.
With clear upfront pricing.
And same-day pickup.
That's good RX, the no-nonsense way. Save time and money on prescriptions.
Get to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Hundreds of all Christmas music stations like iHeart Christmas and playlists. Just open the app, search holiday, and start listening now.
Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find last-minute gifts for everyone on your list, all for under $20. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Don't wait. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com.
They drink and they know things. Happy holidays from the new.
God bless you. Thank you for being out there. Thanks to everybody who's grabbed the roast, watched it over on the website. Somebody emailed and they said, I can't find the roast. How on the earth?
www.
Come on.
Dot.
Hold on.
First, you need to engage in hypertext transfer protocol.
Somebody says, I can't find the roast? Go to the website. All right, I'm on the newsjunkie.com. Okay.
I don't see a roast. Oh, my gosh.
Where
it's
would it...
It's bigger than our picture.
I don't know where you would ever find the roast on the website. Maybe it's the big giant thing that says the roast of Sean Watson. Maybe that's it. And then you go over and you'll see the page for it. There's trailers and everything. You can hit view details. You could buy the video or the audio. It's all up there. Check out the trailer at the very least. If you have a promo code that you got from the event or from getting merch or anything, hit the button that says apply promo code.
Did you buy the audio to test it out?
Why would I do that? No.
You would totally do that. You subscribed to secret shows for like months.
I made a mistake. Yeah. No, I made a promo code to test out different things. What happens if you just do this? Because not only do I have to tell the developers what I want for these sections of the website, then I have to find out all of the weird things, like this person should see this. Yeah. And then I have to test them all. So I think we're about good. There was a couple of small problems. They should be fixed. Everything should be remedied. And it should be at 100% when there is an update pushed tonight around midnight. So by tomorrow, everything should be really smooth. But I think it's already working really well for most people. So if you checked out the roast, if you missed it, I don't know how you did that. But if you checked it out, give us your review over there on thenewsjunkie.com with an email or a dispatch. I talked briefly during the break with the Skomite crew, and I was kind of surprised. I really was. I didn't know. Usually I know exactly what the audience is going to think about everything. I usually know what the demographic is. I know how people think. I know what people listen to this show. I know where you're going to land at on these things. But on this story, I was kind of surprised because they're currently working on Ozempic for cats, which I know sounds weird.
Okay, but like if we're going to do this, we got to stop doing this whole, you shouldn't be doing Ozempic because it's there's a shortage. Like, the shortage is over. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They're past that as far as I know. As far as I know, they've passed that. But they are working on trying to get this to more people, because every human being on a GLP-1 is not enough money for the pharmaceutical company.
No.
We need every human and all the animals under the human's control. And so I said, would you give your cat Ozempic to everybody on chat? If you had a big fat cat and the cat was to get Ozempic to lose weight.
Yeah, but does that
Nobody
make them
said
less
yes.
happy? Or are they going to have weird Real Housewives face?
Nobody said yes. Nobody said yes that they would. The drug is called Meow 1. Jesus. The drug Meow-1 is the name.
Didn't we already have like an illicit drug called Meow Meow?
They did, actually, yeah. Okava Pharmaceuticals has completed a successful clinical trial for a feline weight loss drug nicknamed Meow 1. The pet meds company hopes the drug will be available by 2028 or 2029, they said. It will be administered as an implant just below the skin, which will slowly release the drug into the cat's system for up to 6 months. It will mimic many of these physiological effects of fasting without requiring significant changes in feeding routines or disrupting the human-animal bond that often centers around food. A miracle for your animal. Your animal will lose weight, they say. But will you give your cat, or, the dog inevitable version that follows, Ozempic? Let us know with your thoughts at thenewsjunkie.com. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. He is the best of the best of the best. He's a good guy. Been supporting this show for a very long time. And also, he is the attorney that is going to help you out when times get tough, when you get into an accident, when you get hurt. When you get into a crash and you get hurt, you should not feel bad about going after the insurance companies. They are greedy billion-dollar companies that gobble up your money every single month or rat you out to the cops for not paying. So after you get hurt, your back hurts, your neck hurts, your spine hurts, your leg hurts, whatever hurts, go get some help. And don't worry about the medical bills, because you're going to have somebody to fight for you against those insurance companies. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or justcallmo.com. Okay. The Brown University thing is out of control to me. Let me recap for you.
I can't believe they haven't found the person yet.
They have nobody in custody. Okay, we'll start with that.
How's the guy they released doing?
We'll get there very quickly. Somebody went into Brown University and shot the school up, killed at least 2 people. I think there's somewhere around 9 that were injured in a very severe way. A mass shooting at Brown University. There were no arrests immediately. Somehow, even though this went on for some extended period of time with gunshots ringing out, the police did not arrive on scene. This person was able to saunter away in broad daylight, much like the person who left the pipe bombs in D.C., or even the guy who shot and killed Charlie Kirk, for that matter, just sauntered right on out of there after the attack. And they keep releasing this footage that is so bootleg. Now the only thing I could tell is that black folks out there, you're in the clear, unless this guy painted his skin or something, which would have been clever. But I can see now a little bit of skin on this gentleman. I'm going to assume it's a dude. He looks like he's a little overweight, but who knows? And he's just walking away. This is another person of interest they're looking for in this shooting at Brown University.
He's stopping for a little...
just pacing back and forth. Yep. Nobody's
taking
alarmed.
A look. You know what? Because this guy, too, is amazed. Hey, where are the police? I was supposed to get into a shootout. What the hell is happening here? I got left with my handgun, and now I'm just walking away? This is what they give us. This is the best that we end up with in these cases.
Obi-Wan Kenobi says it could be a fat suit. And, I mean, that would be quite fascinating.
Yeah, but
if somebody did
hand
that.
behind the back. It's a natural fat, I think.
Now, who knows? Who knows what this person is? It looks like it's a fat dude who's not black. That's about all I could get from it. And congratulations, those folks. You're in the clear and off the hook here. But they don't know who this person is. And the investigation has been so slapdash, so weird. The school has been miserable in their handling of this. The school came out, and the president of the school was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what was happening in the classroom. The reporter says, isn't that a little bit concerning, ma'am? You've been here for 6 hours working on this, and you have no idea what was happening in the classroom at the time a school shooting took place on your campus? You are the president. You are highly paid to be the overseer of security on this campus. What do you know? And she goes, no, I don't know anything. She admitted to it. She said, I don't know. I don't know anything. The next press conference was just as bad, and the next just as bad, and here we go.
President Donald Trump has said that Brown University is to blame for this shooting, saying it's the school's problem. Is that a fair criticism, or do you disagree with what the president said?
I don't think it's fair criticism.
Colonel. Can you expand on that?
Why not? Because Brown University is not collaborating with you guys. You're lying to the press over here. They have facial recognition.
This guy said, you are lying to the press over here. You have facial recognition.
We know that because they follow the student, they follow everybody in the neighborhood. Facial recognition. They need to release that data so everybody know who they got.
This is falling apart right now.
Why you guys release a video today? This is the question.
Listen, chaos.
John, please, just for a second. A couple things. First of all, Brown University and Brown Public Safety, Brown Police Department has been a close collaborator throughout this process.
Right.
I do not accept that criticism.
Oh, come on.
So he's saying, I do not accept the criticism. The reporter's like, oh, come on, get out of here. The school has released nothing of significance other than 2 blurry-ass videos of this person who sauntered away after a school shooting. And the mayor and all of these other people are like, we're all tired. We're all tired. Well, I mean... There's somebody on the loose in the neighborhoods here. There's somebody like, if you are around this area, or if you're at another school for that matter, the risk is not evaporated yet. This is unhinged. And the FBI, I'm looking at you too, FBI. They arrested somebody, and then, and this, it wasn't that they arrested somebody. They announced a person of interest in the case that they were going to charge. And when they came forward with the person's information, photograph, name, date of birth, and military history, and told us that they were allegedly the shooter in this Brown University situation, it was only 24 hours before they did a 180 on that and said, no, we let the guy go. He wasn't. So it's not just about like, I know you're going to, if you're investigating something, you're going to go chase different leads and some stuff's going to pan out and not pan out. But the FBI shouldn't be releasing all this person's information unless they're absolutely certain it's the suspect. And the school should be delivering information to the faculty, to the students and the parents of the students in the local community to make sure they're doing everything they can to catch this person. They all seem like incapable losers, everybody involved in this so far. So I don't know. I'm only hoping that law enforcement is doing much better than we would think they are.
I like that the president of Brown sat this one out. She's like, I already did this. I already got on the microphone and said, I know nothing. I don't know anything more, so I'm not saying it again.
I will be staying silent back here. Fifth Amendment in action. When we come back, we'll hear from you. You got thoughts on this. I know you do. We got to roll through a bunch of big clips from today that are going viral and many different things that we haven't gotten to yet on the story, including the update on that Cruz murder mystery story. Stick with us. In the final hour of the show, the Power Hour, is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Monsters in the Morning annual radiothon for the Coalition for the Homeless. This Friday at 7 a.m. on Real Radio 104.1. Presented by Carl Black Chevy Buick GMC Orlando.
Road rangers are slowly clearing up that mess on I-4 westbound just past Florida's Turnpike. It looks like the left lane's only blocked now. Traffic's getting by a little bit better, although traffic's still backed up from John Young Parkway there. There's a crash on I-4 westbound approaching County Road 557, slowing things down a bit as well. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find last-minute gifts for everyone on your list, all for...
Hey. This commercial and small business administration loans. So again,
Power Hour on the way, baby.
The rate of 9% or more, you are in luck. Happy holidays. That mortgage guy Don can refinance your qualified high-interest SBA loan to a low fixed rate of 8.25%. Don't leave money on the table. Let that mortgage guy Don
Chat.
money off the table and back in your...
A lot of stories coming out today saying that people are spending less feeling economic pressure and not spending as much on Christmas presents. Chat, would you say you're spending less, more, or the same on Christmas gifts this year? Less, more, or the same? Are you in agreement with this article? Less, more, or the same? Oh, yeah. More. I have over 1 million Beast Bucks now. The currency exchange is rough on that. Spending much less, spending the same, spending way less. I told my kids they only need $1 instead of $3. Ain't that true? A majority of U.S. adults, 55%, according to NBC News, say they will spend less on holiday gifts this year compared with last year. 55% say they'll spend less on holiday gifts this year. Only 9% say they'll spend more. 36% say they'll spend about the same. Here's the interesting part. The poll also found deep partisan differences in how Americans view the U.S. economy. The economy, after all, is what is in our hearts. That's it. That's what the real economy is. More than 6 in 10 Democrats say they will spend less on holiday gifts, but only 41% of Republicans agree. Less than a third of Democrats and independents said they'll spend about the same, but 50% of Republicans are going to spend more. So Republicans are like, what are you talking about? The economy seems fine. I'll spend more or the same. And Democrats and independents are disagreeing. The economy is the friends we made along the way. Ain't that true? Ain't that the truth? Getting one more pencil and my Christmas shopping is finished? Good luck. 3 minutes and we're back live. I spent $2.65 a gallon on gas yesterday. I hope things keep going in that direction. It's not bad. Right? It's not bad. Thanks to tariffs, Tam Jam says people spend more for less. I doubt people will admit certain things. Political people, yes. Like, the left-wing political people will literally never admit that the economy is doing good or better than they expected or anything. The left-wing political people will never admit that, because that would be saying that Trump had, I guess, somehow, some way done something right. That is not happening from the very political people on the left. The people on the right, you could say they have their head in the sand. They're seeing the world completely differently. At least some of them, saying I'm spending more. I was telling Courtney a story yesterday about my friend when I was growing up. On my street in the acreage, I had, there's a house on the end. These kids moved in when I was younger. At first, I had my cousin living next door, and my cousin was about the same age as me, a little bit older. And then my cousin and his family moved away to Wellington, and we just lived kind of by ourselves on this street in the acreage, this dirt road. And then they started building a new house down the road. And at first, I didn't know what to think of it because some Haitians were going to move in there. And they had put a goat head on a stake in the front yard of their house, so I was a little wary about the Haitians moving into the neighborhood. They're eating the dogs! And then this family moved in. And I met the two kids. One was a little older than me, one was a little younger. And for Christmas, I'd look at what they got and they'd look at what I got. And their mother always bought stuff all year long and hid it away for Christmas, and then she would forget. So sometimes 4 or 5 Christmases later, they would get gifts. So when everybody was playing Sega Genesis, they were still getting Nintendo games that their mom forgot about 3 or 4 Christmases before in the closet. And then his mom one time got him this, it was like a sand timer. You flip upside down. I go, what the hell? And the sand timer was this big fat blob of a woman on the bottom in a bikini. Big fat lady. And then the top was a middle finger that the sand poured out of, and it said, bury the bitch. He was 12. That's what he got for Christmas. Like an hourglass, yes, but not, a little one you might have on the counter or something. Okay, we're coming back. Power House.
Myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Coming soon.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Let's be honest. They're all on Santa's naughty list. This is the news.
Friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. Ignore the same 3 songs over and over and over. Come hang out with us instead. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. Couple of things to get to. An email coming in from Anonymous. tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Is that some of you were talking about yesterday? C-Lane was wondering, in the audio of that close call with the JetBlue flight and the military aircraft over Venezuela, the person said something about
he's not painting.
Yeah, they were like, this aircraft was not painting. And we learned in the moment, like, this flight almost ran into this military aircraft because they weren't on radar, they weren't anywhere, and the JetBlue captain was really pissed off. I forgot what he said, something like unacceptable or outrageous.
He was very outraged by it, and I think that the air traffic controller who responded, though he said he was outraged, it was a little too calm for like, I am very outraged too.
I write it down right now. He was much more chill than the dude who almost plowed into a military aircraft. So Anonymous emails, it says, Junkies, airline pilot, former fighter pilot here.
Ooh.
First of all, pretty cool.
Dope.
Painting is when the aircraft shows up on traffic avoidance displays. Airplanes only show up if they have their transponder on, like a beacon.
Right. They're
military
ADSB.
aircraft. What's that?
The ADSB is like where you can if you have the right antenna, you can get the transponder signal from all the aircraft in your area.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Our military aircraft don't always have transponders on outside the U.S., especially if they're in a tactical environment, which could explain why they didn't have theirs on. Military aircraft have other means of detecting each other that civilian aviation aircraft do not. That or they forgot to put it on and they're idiots. Who knows? Wiggles and Pops, says Anonymous. Yeah, I mean, I would understand in a war zone, like let's say Ukraine, why Ukrainian military aircraft might want to turn off their transponder to not make it easy for the Russians to blow them out of the sky. I get that. What I don't get is even if they have their transponders off, I would imagine that the military aircraft should be able to see you, right? Meaning like the JetBlue flight. And if that's the case, can you maybe do your best to not run into a commercial aircraft?
Well, I mean, if you have the system turned off, if you're not sending, does that mean you're not receiving? You think you should be able to receive without sending, but
I think, but I don't know. We might have to go back to Anonymous on that one.
They say the traffic collision avoidance system, which is what seemed to have been turned off on this, is for avoidance. The thing that I mentioned is for awareness. It's just like,
I feel like that should be on the whole time. Call me crazy.
Well, yeah.
Well, it is. It is for domestic flights and stuff. But this is like a military aircraft.
Isn't that the same issue-ish with, was it the beginning of this year with the helicopter and the plane full of, what was it, ice skaters?
You're talking about Washington, D.C., where the military chopper was on patrol and was flying too low and crashed into the...
But there was also, couldn't see them in any sort of radar, or there was no communication at some point.
Yeah, there's a lot of this kind of stuff that happens. That was a training exercise gone wrong, and I think they've changed all the rules so they cannot fly training exercises so close to where these actual commercial flights would be, which they probably should have done to begin with. But this was a very close call, according to the pilot. The pilot's like, we almost got knocked out of the sky. We almost crashed into these people. And then it probably would have been like, hey, Venezuela, what's going on here? Who shot down this commercial flight here? There could have been a lot of stuff that made things even worse on that front. But thank you, Anonymous, for the email. You, too, can email the show. And if you want to be anonymous, put that right up on top to your email at tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Tomorrow, as we're doing the show, we will probably be getting some more information about the cruise murder mystery story. That's the one with Anna Kepner. She was an 18-year-old who was out on a cruise, a Royal Caribbean cruise, I believe. She was coming back from Mexico, headed to Tampa, when she was killed. And they believe that her stepbrother choked her out and then squeezed her underneath the bed. And then the family was none the wiser, as some of them even slept on top of where her body was. And we haven't gotten any charges yet from the feds on this stepbrother. It's probably forthcoming. They're looking into whether they're going to do state charges or federal charges, but it hasn't happened yet. We may get more details because there's another hearing on this tomorrow during the show. So we'll let you know what we hear. The Kepner family is due back in court on Wednesday, relating to that child custody case between Kepner's stepmom and her ex-husband. And we'll get some details and send them your way, but still no charges over there. Let's work on you. I haven't gotten in that many dispatches today, so let's try. Here is Tony with a dispatch for us. What do you got, Tony?
Good afternoon, all.
Hey.
I don't know why people are suddenly going crazy over this tag law. It's been on the books forever. I was a cop in the 90s.
Yeah, you were.
I'd say maybe 1 in 3 had some kind of frame on their tag.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't seem fair pulling one person over when all these other people were disregarding the law, so I never even bothered stopping one person. It'd be impossible to do anything about it.
Yeah, the problem now is, Tony, it's new in that they made it a more aggravated charge.
Yeah, it's a misdemeanor now.
Yeah, it's a misdemeanor, and the fine is heavier. It's like $500. You could go to jail for doing it. So that is what raised this up on people's radars. And I have a problem with this because I think we need, this is important stuff. We need absolute specifics when it comes to reasons that law enforcement can pull you over. Now, when you're speeding and there's a posted speed and you're going a higher speed than that, it's quite obvious what you've done wrong. When you run a stoplight or a stop sign, quite obvious what you've done wrong. Some of these other things are a little bit more nuanced. But even if you pull somebody over for having tint that is too dark and unlawful, there's a tool that law enforcement has to pull out of their vehicle to put it up to the tint to determine whether or not it actually is a legal tint. This was just too amorphous and unclear as a law, and it left it up to the discretion of police officers, which I hate, right? I hate that much like I hate how an officer can go, I smell marijuana in this vehicle. And you're like, oh, when's the last time you had your nose calibrated to
it's part of my training. We can get the dogs out here. You're dishonest, okay?
It's ridiculous. Cops should not have the ability to pull you over unless it's already clear, provable that you have broken some sort of law of the road. So the problem is with the weird, amorphous version of this where not everybody was on the same page in terms of what actually is illegal with your license plate here. That's the issue. John wants to talk about the woman in the freezer. All right.
Being naked inside a freezer, if you froze to death, it's not surprising that you're naked because hypothermia, one of the last stages of hypothermia, your body feels like it's on fire. So people usually, when they freeze to death, they're usually found naked.
I don't know if usually is correct. Like, if you're saying usually as in more often than not, I don't know that that's correct. But it is a thing. In fact, there's a famed story of a couple of people who died in an avalanche, and they were all naked, and the conspiracy theories were going crazy. Why are there naked people in the snow on the side of this mountain? And it happened that in that case, the people who were covered in snow and were freaking out stripped off their clothes because they were getting delirious from the hypothermia.
So, I mean, off the bat, between 20 and 50% of people who die from hypothermia are found partially or completely naked.
Yeah. So I don't know that it's usually the case. I think even 50% might be high. But when somebody freezes to death, it is an outcome that they could be naked. I don't know, though, if this woman just straight up walked into the freezer naked to begin with. We don't know. We just know that they said that she
Where
walked
would she
in
have
there.
gotten naked?
Is there no cameras?
No, there were cameras. The cameras showed her walking into the store and nobody was with her. No employees were with her. Nobody forced her into there. She just willingly went into the freezer.
The cameras were of low quality because they only cost $1.
It could be the case, but it could be that you're right, John. I don't think that it's like the most often circumstance that you encounter when somebody freezes to death is that they're always naked. It's just something that can happen in those instances.
Somebody said, you'll find she died of a drug overdose. She has what's called excited delirium. It makes people crazy when their body temperature rises too high from drug use. Maybe that's why she walked in the freezer in the first place. Same reason people get naked and jump on cars in the road and whatnot.
Right. Yes. Excited delirium is a real thing, although some people try to pretend it's not. Whenever it comes up on the show, I talk about this. I don't know that that's the case here.
We're all just kind of guessing right now because there's not a whole lot
Well, there's
of
only one way to
information.
find out. Let's find the iHeart freezer.
I have no idea why this woman did this, and that's why it's a big mystery. But it could be that you're right. We'll see what happens when that information comes out. Speculation is a little pointless in the meantime. Couple more things here that I want to work into the show. We talked about how the U.S. Mint had minted the final pennies, the final ever pennies.
Dang.
They're going after personal checks now and trying to shut those down. But they got rid of the final pennies, and they have sold the remaining pennies, the last circulating pennies, at an auction. Those final minted coins, the final pennies rolled off the line in the United States of America, sold for $16.76 million at auction in California. The auction house sold 232 sets of 3 coins each, featuring a 2025 penny from the Philadelphia Mint, a 24-karat gold penny from the Mint, and a 2025 D penny from the Denver Mint. Each of the coins was embossed with an omega system, a symbol marking the final run of the coin, first minted in 1793. They sold for an average of $72,000 for the 3 pennies in a little display.
I wonder.
And now Abe's not on anything, huh?
Is Abraham Lincoln's on a $5 bill?
Yeah, he's a $5 bill guy.
Never used this.
Yeah, I don't encounter cash or change that much anymore, which is strange, but that's just the future I think we're headed into here. So there's that, and react to that if you will. And the final thing is, President Donald Trump has another executive order that has come out, and this has now officially designated fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction.
Okay.
Illicit fentanyl is closer to a chemical weapon than a narcotic, the executive order reads. 2 milligrams, an almost undetectable trace amount equivalent to 10 to 15 grams of table salt, constitutes a lethal dose. It said illicit fentanyl that's manufactured, distributed, or dispensed with the intent to be in violation of law, not the kind you need when you're getting given birth or at the hospital or fentanyl you get there, but illegal street fentanyl, they said, is now officially a weapon of mass destruction, all right? Let us know what you think about all of that. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, we'll mix it up with you, get some of your thoughts and your opinions in. So send that dispatch right now. Record yours on the website. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Earlier accident blocking the shoulder on I-4 westbound before Kirkman Road. I-4 westbound also an accident blocking the shoulder there at 557. And watch out on the off-ramp from I-4 to 557. That exit ramp is closed due to an early...
Hey, bye.
Hey, it's Ryan Seacrest here, and if you're looking for some serious fun, head over to ChumbaCasino.com. At Chumba Casino, you can play all your favorite social casino-style games for free.
How you doing, guy?
It's the most fun you can have on your phone or computer.
Whoops.
This interval of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. And you're on the go, JustCallMo.com.
Quick notice for you. A heads up, skullmikers, that the audience people aren't going to get for a handful of minutes. We have another $80 gift card for the holidays from Hammer and Nails, the salon that C-Lane is partnering with. Somebody, maybe somebody in chat, maybe somebody with a dispatch is going to get awarded that for the greatest contribution of the day. $80 for Hammer and Nails. Somebody, yes, somebody indeed. Could be you. If you need your haircut like me, I can honestly tell you, I did something today. I did something today that I haven't done in probably 20 years. All right? I get into the shower. Today's shampoo day. And I'm shampooing myself. I'm doing all this. And then I put my back to the shower head, and my hair is running over my face, and I'm washing all of the shampoo out of my hair to clean it off. Nice cold water whilst doing the shampoo job. And for the first time in 20 years, my hair comes down and into my mouth. My hair is now long enough that it can go into my mouth. I need the gift certificate for Hammer and Nails, okay?
There's definitely something in it for you.
It's out of control. I definitely have to get a haircut before we go on the cruise. I mean, it looks like a mess because it's been under the hat, but it's a lot longer than it normally is. Damn hippie. Is Sean going into a man bun hairstyle? No. And I am going to cut it, but I was like, should I kind of keep it a little longer? What should I do here? Almost Tuttle length? True. All right, 3 minutes and we're back live on the show. Creamy doesn't have the same problem. Creamy, our cameraman, who follows me around, he does not have the same problem necessarily. Tuttle's hangs pretty low? That's weird. Pixar, it didn't happen. I'll go with you, Sean, to Hammer and Nails if you need a buddy. Thank you for the offer. That's very, very nice of you. I appreciate that. Get a job, hippie? You'll hate long hair when you swim on the cruise. I don't know how much I'll be swimming, even though the weather is going to be gorgeous. Gorge. Like 80, 78, somewhere in there. It still doesn't matter. The water is cold. So, I mean, we'll probably go in like heated pools and stuff. Maybe in the Dominican Republic, just jump into the ocean for the hell of it. Whenever I go to a new country or a new place, I always want to go into their water. I don't know why. But I do that. Like, for instance, when I went and spent some time, stayed for a couple of weeks with my sister in San Francisco, and my sister lived right in the center of downtown San Francisco. And when I lived there for that time, we were getting ready to go back. We had seen the Redwood Forest, we had seen the Golden Gate Bridge, we had seen all these things. I was like, I gotta put my feet in the water. I can't come all the way over to the other coast and not put my feet in this water. I know technically it's all connected, but I still like to, when we go different places, like, you know, if I went to Africa, I want to put my feet in the African Ocean. I'm not racist like that. I want to put my feet everywhere. Gotta touch the water, right? It was chilly, yeah. It was, indeed. All right, coming back. What a colonizer. I didn't plant the flag in it or anything.
The PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Keep the holiday soundtrack on everywhere. Open the free iHeartRadio app and listen to Magic 107.7, Orlando's Christmas station. On the go, tap the holiday banner or just search holiday. And you'll see customized stations like iHeart Christmas Classics, iHeart Country Christmas, and tons of playlists to set the mood. You've got enough to do. Let us handle the music. Open the free iHeartRadio app now and start listening.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure.
Radio 104.1.
Happy holidays from Sean, Sabrina, and C-Lane. This is the
for spreading the word about the News Junkie radio show, live streaming podcast about this radio station. It's glorious that in 2025, radio stations like this can still exist out there. We love you for hanging out with us. Learn more at thenewsjunkie.com. Getting ready for next week, we'll be going on a cruise. And I was talking with the folks in chat, and I was like, I don't know if I'm the only one that does this, but whenever I go somewhere new, I don't know, it's like some internal push that whenever I go somewhere new, I want to put my feet in their water. I want to put my feet in like their ocean. Even when my sister lived in San Francisco and I went to stay with her for a while, for a couple of weeks, when I was over there, I had this it was just this drive. And I said, I cannot leave the West Coast, to which at the point I had never been to the United States West Coast in my entire life. I was like, I cannot leave without putting my feet in the Pacific Ocean. I got to do it while I'm here. I feel like I got to do it. And then like when we go to places like the Bahamas, we go to all these different spots, I want to put my feet in your water. And even though it'll be nice, the weather will be 70s, 80s on this cruise, it's going to be cold in the water. Man. The water is going to be cold, but I still have to do it.
I mean, it was earlier this year that I went to the West Coast, and I wasn't necessarily on the same track as I want to put my feet in their water, but I was determined to see those seals. And with that came a beach, and despite how cold it was, I was like, I'm going to see those damn seals. And the moment, I think it was just like the top of my toe had touched the water, and I said, all right, we're going to watch them from far away. It was so damn cold.
You didn't feel like it would be going somewhere and then not doing one of the big things? I just felt like...
I'm just not, as I get older, cold water is not for me.
I'm not super excited about cold water, but I want to put my feet in everybody's ocean, no matter where we go. Like, if you went to Australia, there's no way you would go all the way to Australia and not put your feet in their ocean.
I'd probably just do a big old dunk down under. And then
I know
go
I'm not stupid. Okay, I know that
So not
all the
only-
oceans are technically connected.
Not
I
only are you
understand
going to be the whitest guy at the beach, but you're going to be the only one that goes in the water.
I would do this anywhere. Yes, and I'm going to do it in the Dominican Republic at least. I haven't been to the Dominican Republic. All right, this is an interesting island, the island of Hispaniola. Half of it is this nice touristy area called the Dominican Republic,
and the other
half is Haiti. The other half is Haiti with no trees, no nothing, starving people in squalor. And there's a very interesting dynamic going on there. The island is beautiful.
They need to rebrand. Like, they should change the name to Lovey, and maybe people will turn things around.
It could work. Not the worst idea you've ever had, actually.
What's the worst idea I've ever had?
That's for the last episode of the year. Come on.
The News Junkie University merch was...
That was a great idea. What are you talking about?
No, that wasn't the worst idea you've ever had. I'm trying to think. You probably had one where I was like, this guy's out of his mind. What is this idea here? But I cannot help myself. For when I go to places like that, I want to experience the place. Like, I hear of people who go on cruises and then they stop at the port. Let's say they stop in Puerto Rico and they don't even get off the ship and walk around in old San Juan or something. I'm like, wow, how little curiosity do you have as a human being on planet Earth?
I even got off the ship in Nassau last time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even the
And that place is an asshole.
I mean, there are islands that it's clearly owned by all of the cruise lines, and they're very happy to have you there because they're greeting you with all the instruments. And I'm like, here I am in a new place.
Yeah,
that
why
was
not?
absolutely made for me.
It's a new spot. You never put your feet before. I don't know. I just have this inside me.
Now,
the closest thing I could compare it to, Sabrina, is I think this happened when you were younger, too. When we were younger and they released that cardboard thing and each state had their own quarter.
Yeah.
And then you would start getting the quarters and you'd go, I got a Florida quarter and I got a New York quarter and I got a California quarter.
I did that for years.
I wanted to finish all the quarters in the board.
And then I got poor
wanted
in
it done.
college and I used all of that to buy a tiny gram of marijuana.
No, yeah. I think I'd probably spend it on Taco Bell or something.
Quarters are probably worth a whole bunch.
You showed up to a drug dealer's house with a bag of quarters.
And I go, these are going to be worth something someday, bud.
I would like if you did that, but you were that same kind of person. You were like, it's currency. It's real tender. You have to accept
this
it.
This is Iraqi dinar, and I'm telling you, at any moment, it's going to flip. Now, I'm having a bit of a cruise. No, it's not really a dilemma what you're saying, but trying something new.
Mm-hmm.
And the Virgin Voyages, that's my plan for early next year. That I've been trying to go on this cruise.
We already went on a Virgin cruise, right?
I did,
Yeah.
and I had a great time with my siblings and my mom. But I would like to go just with my girlfriend, maybe some friends.
Really?
You know, it's not really like a family cruise.
Mm-hmm. You want to party, is what you're saying.
I'm ready. I want to party, and if you can also, they have a topless deck.
Really?
And not for just like walking around. I guess you
can make any deck topless if you want to. Just
try
for the
real
record.
hard.
Yeah.
You could. I don't know how long it would last, but this
Much
one
like
in
the poop
particular.
deck.
Mhm. Very true.
Uh-huh.
But, that would be a whole new thing for me. I've been to like the naked beach in Miami.
Yeah.
Did not get naked almost immediately because creepers. But
there's a lot of weirdos.
But this one's supposed to be like, just like.
This is the driving force behind you wanting to go back on a cruise? You wanted to go to the topless thing?
Yeah, I'll take the teas out.
Can't you just do that in your backyard?
No. No.
Well, you got like huge bushes.
Excuse me?
I would.
I trim, thank you.
Shrubbery.
That's not what you said earlier.
I am lasered. Go back to the commercials. No, not with the neighbors that I have. But
if you went on this cruise, right? You go back on a Virgin cruise next year at some point in time. Time question mark, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you,
It's definitely
whilst
gonna be
on the
on Monday.
cruise, would you be a visitor to the club?
The
Like the adult nightclub, the club.
Yeah. No,
The-
the whole ship is adults.
No, but there's the club, and now you got the DJ, you got the dance floor, you got like, everybody's in there like your time back in the club. I will guarantee you something. I will never visit the club on this trip. I will not set foot in there. I don't have any interest in that.
I went to the club. They were doing the silent disco.
I'm too old. Oh, that's even nerdier.
Silent, but they're so funny. Also,
There's something so lame
so what
about
are
all these people.
What are
in
you
the
going to
silent
do,
disco.
cool guy on the cruise? What's the
Well,
cool
it's
guy
not me
thing to
trying
do?
it's not me trying to be cool guy or
What's
anything. but
anti-nerd?
I would say, well, I just think the headphone club silent disco thing is definitely nerdy. If anything's nerdy, that's nerdy. But I'm going for number one, relaxation. Number two, food. They got great food on cruise ships these days.
Dipping my toes in waters.
And dipping my toes in some foreign water. I do want to do that. I want to go to all the destinations and maybe rent a car and drive around a little bit and experience those places. I want to do that kind of stuff. I want to go do a little gambling in the casino. I want to do that. But I have nothing that's drawing me. It's like, hey, Sean, you must go to the club. You and Courtney got to get decked out in your clothes and start dancing around in the club to, whatever a Playboy Cardi song is going to be popping in there. No, that's not for me. That one, I think I
love
just passed
cutting
it.
a rug.
Do it, yeah. I mean, that Virgin cruise ships, I think, are a good place to do that on. Here's a TSA worker going viral. Speaking of dancing, he's not in the club, but I guess this is a TSA worker that just got a bonus check. Let's see what he said. Here it is.
I would like to first and foremost thank the Almighty God for just this moment.
Okay.
Having come this far, so far in my TSA career, I'm thankful for this moment. To our president, thank you. To the second.
This is kind of like when Taylor Swift gave the bonus checks to the roadies, but this is the TSA guy getting the bonus check for not taking any days off, and he's excited about
Terry. Homeland Security, thank you. I'm truly just at a loss for words, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
Not really.
And again, I'm grateful. I don't know what else to say, but I'm grateful.
By the way, Kevin, on YouTube, you think you're making fun of me? Stand up and bingo is more Sean style? Yes. Unironically, I will be playing bingo. Yes.
Nerd.
Bingo is
Nerd
not
alert.
nerdy.
Nerd
Bingo's
alert.
fun.
Bingo's nerdy.
No, bingo. You think, okay, let me give you the heads up. What's nerdier, bingo or silent disco?
Bingo.
I'm out of here. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Oh, stand up
Ridiculous.
bingo. What is the prize?
Ridiculous. Bingo is way cooler than a silent disco where everybody's listening to different music with their headphones on. There's no social aspects to it at all. You can't flirt with anybody because you're all wearing headphones like dummies.
You ain't flirting with nobody on this cruise besides your lady.
No. Well, other people might want to, and they're not going to be able to do it there. It's just, no. So I will be doing that. Yeah, I indeed will be playing some bingo. Yeah.
And if I could do one more thing, I do the Trump dance.
Oh, he's doing the Trump arm dance.
Yeah, but I'm grateful. Thank you. And to the team here at DFW, thank you. I never thought of taking a day off, but I just want to be here and wanted to see us get through this. We got through it. Thank you.
You know what, this is funny to me? There are some people, this guy's one of them. There are some
They
people.
cut some of it out, and he still made a good 45 pregnant seconds.
Because of exactly what I'm saying. There are some people like this guy. This guy doesn't get handed a microphone a lot. And when you're a person who doesn't get the microphone a lot, he grabs it like somebody's going to steal it away from him.
You go right on top.
And he's like,
you absolutely destroy any audio.
He's like, this is my moment. No one ever gives me the microphone. He's so excited.
And I'm going to do this dance in which I look like I am milking an invisible cow.
Yeah, he did it. There he goes. You got $10,000 as a bonus working over at the
hell
TSA.
of a bonus, though.
Not
Come
too
on.
shabby. Congrats, dude. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And, of course, today I learned to wrap everything up for a Share the Show Tuesday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Florida is receiving nearly $40 million to support new electric vehicle charging stations across the Sunshine State.
If you don't mind, though, I want to know where those Duval ones are going to be so I can sit and watch the people wonder what it is. Hey, what's that? Is a new...
Hey, Skull Mike on. Here's the deal. Here is the dealist. The show's over. It is over. There are no more live Tuesday shows in 2025. There is only one Wednesday, one Thursday, one Friday, and we are out of here after the awards show on Friday. Now, it's time for you. Am I doing it? Now it's time for you to rate the show. Rate the show out of 10. 10 out of 10 is a humdinger. It's a great, great show. We just bring it right over to the News Junkie Hall of Fame. No notes. 1 out of 10 is Loserville. Not great stuff. It's the kind of place where people hang out with headphones and the silent disco. What do you think? 10 bingos out of 10. 9 out of 10 sand timers. 10 topless Sabrinas out of 10. 8.3 chewable Sean locks out of 10. 8 out of 10 murder defense lawyers. 9.6 goat heads on a stick out of 10. I like it. I'm a yearly subscriber for the SS. I can't see the roast still. 1,200. And anybody else in this position, that probably means you're a legacy subscriber. If you are and you don't have access to the roast, it may fix itself tomorrow when they push the update out. If it doesn't, email me. I'll get you a promo code. 10 out of 10 for the dance. 9.5 fat cats out of 10. Danny says a solid 6. 5 out of 10 oceans. 9 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 4 Kokomos. 10 swim shirts out of 10. And on that note, I'll leave you as I go to get, today I learned to get rid of this Tuesday. You guys should see Courtney's Publix receipt. It's the thing nightmares are made of. You heard me. I said you should see Courtney's Publix receipt. I said you should see Courtney's Publix receipt.
Oh, it's not bad.
It's not bad. It's about 8 feet long from what I saw.
Yeah, from savings.
From savings?
I had to get all the raw meat into containers because the trash isn't going to be taken next Monday because they're not going to be here.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to get it. So then we don't have stinky trash.
Well, we don't want stinky trash. That's no good. I agree. Okay.
It's like $45.
Let me see the receipt.
$43.
You saved $43? Why are they always so long?
Just look at where you save. You
saved $42.60. That's pretty good. That's a lot of savings. $42 for one trip. And now you don't have to go forever?
I have to go and get the lettuce.
Unbelievable.
But that's it.
Lady, out. Come on, you're not getting a cheese ball. You should be on Ozempic.
What?
Okay. Chatter of the day. They said he couldn't do it. They said he shouldn't do it. I said, let the man do it. Step outside and watch the man go boom. Let the man go boom. Move upside and watch the man go boom. Let the man go boom. It's our Willie B on YouTube, our chatter of the day. Let the man go through? Maybe let the man go through? Through or boom? Congratulations, sir. All right, we're coming back. Have a great day, everybody. 3 shows left in 2025. Stay gold.
For Central Florida kids, families, and seniors this holiday season. Help today at feedhopenow.org.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find last-minute gifts for everyone on your list, all for under $20. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Don't wait. Find a location at macy'sbackstage.com.
We spiked the punch and then drank the entire thing. This is the news.
That didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for our last Share the Show Tuesday of 2025. That's it. We only got 3 shows left in the year. That's it. 3 live shows in 2025. We hope you'll hang out for them. We're going to do the big award show on Friday to wrap the year up. That should be exciting. I'm thrilled. I'm over the moon about it. I do know this. Before we leave today, we still have to give out a prize to somebody.
Ooh.
And
what was the game yesterday?
Well, Sealane's got these sweet gift cards for the
$80 hammer and nails every day this week.
Ooh.
That's a good deal, you know, to get yourself looking real good for the holidays over at Hammer and Nails because Sealane's working with them.
Or free gift, you know, like that's a bonus stocking stuffer. If there's a guy that's in your life that's into the beard culture or
There's a lady with a beard.
That is a great thing, better than socks and underwear and anything like that.
Oh, yeah.
I just got my dad a grooming kit. And I realized hammer and nails would be much better.
You can still give it to him. All you have to do is get Sealane's attention.
Sealane.
Sealane, here's the deal. Pick your favorite final chat message of the day. How about that?
Oh, I like this.
All right. Whatever it is, folks, if you want to kiss his ass, if you want to make fun of me or Sabrina, if you want to, I don't know, you got to do something to get Sealane's attention. You currently have 4 minutes to do it, chat. Get ready, and then he will announce the winner of the best message that wraps everything up over on the chat side of things. Meanwhile,
Sealane. Okay,
so far it's just my name 3 times.
All right.
Well, they got a delay. Don't forget. They got a delay, so we'll get the dispatches.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
Kevin, that's a weird one. That's a weird one, but probably not going to be the winner. A lot of ass kissing.
I did that too, but not for the holidays.
A lot of ass kissing going on over there. Let's get to the final dispatches. Sealane's watching your messages, chat. And people are mad about the Grinch slander. Let's hear. Hello.
Hey, everybody. Happy today. So I thought about it for a second. I'd probably find myself playing bingo over going to a silent disco. But where I got to put my foot down, Sean,
I'm listening,
is the slander of the Jim Carrey Grinch movie.
Wrong.
That is an amazing film. And I can't tell you how many times I've put on a shirt, changed my shirt, looked in the mirror and said, "That's it, I'm not going." It's a great movie. I know you have bad taste, but I will not hear any more slander.
Yeah.
Okay, I love you. Goodbye.
You just laughed at that, and that's not from the animation. That is a Jim Carrey line. Thank you.
I love these things. I love the character of the Grinch. I love the little dog.
And he's killing it at Universal.
The Who's, I would not care if there was a mass extermination in Whoville. It wouldn't bother me at all. They're weird-looking little creatures. I don't like them. I don't care about them.
I'm having a hard time with Cindy Lou Who having such a rockin' bod in 2025.
There's just weird things happening in Whoville. There's old people with young people and young people with old people, and it's weird. Everything's up is down. It's no good. Here's Swilly. I hate that movie. Here's Jackie.
Sean, you have this silent disco all wrong. The one time I thought it would be super nerdy and I happened to stumble upon one in Jacksonville. It was super fun. There were 3 different channels and you could pick different music. But the best part is you can have one of the headsets on, one off. That way you can still talk to people and you're not having to scream over the music and lose your voice. I think it was perfect.
I don't know.
My favorite is just watching everybody go,
And you're listening to a song that's totally different tempo, and somebody's like, skeet, 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 skeet. But it's just like, it's weird. Everybody's on a different song. I don't like it. So one person's like, party in the USA. It's all backwards. I don't like it. All right, last one for now. Here's Concrete Mike talking about C-Lane's worst idea.
Happy day, News Junkie crew. I think C-Lane's worst idea was Bong in space. That's just me.
Was not my idea.
It was his execution.
You sure about that?
It was his execution. All right, do we have a winner, C-Lane?
Yes. This person that I just chose used a very cheesy pickup line on me, but it's dumb and it worked, and it's Big Doug Millionaire. Big Doug Millionaire! He said, am I from Tennessee? Because I'm the only 10 he sees. You know how it goes.
Yeah, I got you.
But in this case, Big Doug Millionaire, email me, CLANE at realradio.fm, Clane at realradio.fm, and I'll get you $80 in Hammer and Nails gift card.
Shave your head. Shave your head.
If somebody shaves their head tomorrow, will they immediately get a Hammer and Nails gift card? If they immediately go?
No, I thought you can't shave your head at Hammer and Nails?
You could.
Yeah, you could.
Shave your head.
Yeah. I've seen bald guys that go there, and they they kind of fix up any of the little stubble that's on top, but then they do the really good beard job on the bottom.
That's key.
Love a good beard job.
All right, we are going to wrap it up here today. Let's see. Is there anything else? Oh, the Epstein files are supposed to be released on Friday. We'll see what happens with that.
Oh, and tomorrow we're going to be taking over Magic 107.7, playing all our favorite Christmas tunes.
Yeah, that should be an experience. I heard some of those at our local Christmas station. I heard some other folks. I heard, it's Taco Bob, man.
Well, your ass is going to be on tomorrow. I'm very excited.
It's like
I've already,
what?
Go ahead.
It's like, my favorite song is Frosty the Snowman. And then he goes and, oh, God, so great. Love Taco Bob. If you're out there, buddy, we love you. Is that it? Are we done? Anything else?
I think we've wrapped up everything. You did some
Looking
dispatches.
for someone landscaping stuff. No, all set.
All right. Is that to make your backyard a paradise where you can topless sunbathe? Or
yes, thank you.
Unrelated? Let's do today.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
I'll still look.
So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, December 16th, 2025. Today I Learned this character right here.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That's right. It's a mouthful, but you got it. From 1950, to 1962, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a comic book series that was very popular, published by DC Comics at the time. It's one of the most successful antler-related cartoon characters.
No live-action remake?
Of all time. Is that stop motion animation? The old Rudolph one? That was the one. God, they used to put so much work into that crap. It's unbelievable. Today I learned all the passengers and crew aboard a National Airlines flight from New York to Miami were killed on January 6, 1960, when a bomb exploded aboard a plane mid-flight. The FBI investigation is still open and no suspects have been named. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry, Merry Christmas. And finally, today I learned one of the guys in this band, they like beaches.
The Beach Boys.
That's right. Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys had an unhealthy obsession with one song he listened to over and over and over again. The Ronettes, Be My Baby. Like, be my baby. Yeah. He listened to the song over 100 times a day, every single day.
Still listens to it today.
And made a Beach Boys engineer create a tape loop of the song's chorus so he could listen to it for several hours in a row.
It's like what my kid does with the Witch Doctor song.
We love you, Brian Wilson. You're famous around these parts. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over on the website, thenewsjunkie.com.